How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Affiliated to this paper, I need freedom for my family line. Draw my life design up like fine art. I'm jumping off just an unfamiliar coordinates. Hopped off the porch like I could touch the sky. Red is not one trillion. The ism talk the water out your faucet. Look at me flossing, I'm so wavy I could change the tide. My intuition sense the hatred in your ways. You imitated forging lines, claim meaning means that's just to justify. Yeah, right. West side boy, maritime. Creole baby, my bloodline. My lungs clouded, my thoughts crowded. Say all I see is these dollar signs. Finna make a play and that sound delay. On mamas, I testify. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. You ain't recognized game. I'm from the Bay, okay, I'm versatile and my slang is different. I'm lane switching with the same people that I came up in this thing with. My head swivel, I'm homebound, got a target back on my backside. The cat peeling with the cast iron, better run for it, run before I catch you. Niggas out ball it, block it, trying to stop my blessing. Gamble with your life, don't bet it, don't bet it. They can't stop my blessing, you do best not to test it. Yeah, you right, real all in my blood supply. Dig it all up top, finna make a play. I cast a lob like I'm Jalen, baby. No co-signer, no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. If I say it twice and I meant it right.
My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. You know co-signer, no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign.
Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds.
Real baby, my very
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking, all right? So shout out to everybody who is in the building early. It's good to see each and every one of you. If you can hear me okay and everything looks good on the screen, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you cannot hear me or things are looking and sounding bad, please give me a thumbs down or an angry face. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to shout out everybody who's in the building early, all right? Shout out to my man, Black Free Thinker. What's good with you, bro? Shout out to Katsy. It's good to see you as always. Shout out to Mod Extraordinaire, Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love for hitting your boy on the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve yesterday. Make sure y'all show her some love. Shout out to my man, Dwayne Rhodes. Make sure you guys show Dwayne Rhodes some love for the intro ducats. Definitely appreciate it. Y'all know how that go. The intro ducats get 2 drops. Definitely appreciate you.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
And shout out to my man, Carlton Way. What's good with it, bro? All right. And shout out to J007. What's good with it? So we're going to start this one with a preface, right? Shout out to Young Nine. What's good with it? Got a couple prefaces that we need to start out with. The first preface that we need to start out with is, if you ask me, I'm under the impression that the Bitcoin supply is horrifically depleted. And all of the people who are talking about starting a Bitcoin reserve, I would say probably about 40% of them will not be able to complete whatever their goal is. I would also advise exchanges to create hybrid exchange tokens like a BNB token or like a Crow, and pair that token with a designated amount of Satoshis and stop selling whole Bitcoin. Start trying to find wrapped Bitcoin or something like that and sell it. Because once the hyper Bitcoinization begins and once the strategic Bitcoin reserves start popping up and you have people that are buying Bitcoin in the same amounts of money or the same amounts of units that people are buying meme coins in, once that cascade of events results, the Bitcoin supply, which is probably less than 1 million right now, will be gone way faster than in a year. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Tammy. What's good with it, Tammy? I would definitely consider that. All right. We're going to talk about that more as we go on. But the first thing we got to do is shout out to Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying, for the extra money. Elon Musk rebrands as Kekis Maximus, adopts a peppy image on X, and here's why. Now, who cares, right? Let me ask you guys this question. How much is Peppy up right now? Anybody that knows how much Peppy is up right now, put the number in the chat. Now, why am I asking that, right? I'm asking that to say this. This is the kind of stuff that Elon Musk does with Twitter. How many times has he done this over the years with Dogecoin or Shiba and even Bitcoin? So, because of Elon Musk, if you got a decent amount of Peppy, he gave you a 15% premium this morning. For people that got a goal of maybe like some XRP, that might help. That might help. You know what I'm saying? It might help. Can't say if it will, can't say if it won't. I can only say that it might. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk rebrands as Kekis Maximus, Peppy image on X, and here's why. All right, so we're gonna find out why he decided to do this. All right, we're gonna find out why he decided to do this. If the page will work. All right, let's see. I don't know if the page. Let me see. It's saying these websites, man. It's saying that the page isn't working. So let's see here. Yeah, see, there we go. Let's see. Reset it. All right, there we go. Elon Musk rebrands as Kekis Maximus, adopts Peppy image on X, and here's why. All right. Elon Musk changed his name on social media platform X to Kekis Maximus and replaced his profile picture with a variation of Peppy the Frog, a meme character ahead of the new year. The change has set off speculation about Musk's possible involvement in the burgeoning cryptocurrency named after his new alias. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How involved in Peppy is Elon Musk? Shout out to Tarek. What's good with it, bro? How involved in Pepe is Elon Musk? Not at all, right? But this is the beauty of the meme coin. Right? This is the beauty of the meme coin. If you just happen to have a bunch of these sitting around, you know what I'm saying? Elon Musk decides to be a cartoon character for a day, make a nice little profit. You know what I'm saying? What is Kekis Maximus? Kekis Maximus, often abbreviated as Kekis, is a cryptocurrency token operating on the blockchain platforms such as Ethereum and Solana. It has quickly gained attention in the cryptocurrency space. As of December 27th of 2024, the token was trading at 0.005, basically 0.006 cents, having experienced an extraordinary surge of nearly 500% in just 24 hours. With a 24-hour trading volume exceeding $2.73 million, Kekis is gaining traction among investors and enthusiasts. All right. The cryptocurrency reached an all-time high of BTC0.0008 the same day, but has since seen a decline of around 24%. Despite this, its growth trajectory remains impressive, especially when compared to its all-time low of 0.0009 Bitcoin, recorded just 10 days earlier on December 17th. From that low point, Kekis has surged by over 815%, making it one of the standout performers in the volatile crypto market. All right. So now they go on and talk about Elon Musk and the crypto connection. All right. So again, 2025, if you ask me, is going to blow the dot bomb era out of the water. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. And shout out to Brooklyn Queen. I appreciate it, Brooklyn Queen. Make sure you guys show Brooklyn Queen some love. We're getting close to that goal. That's what's good. Brooklyn Queen says, I'm versatile. My slang is different. I'm lane switching with the same people that came up in this thing with me. Hey, supporting the organization. Facts. Definitely appreciate you. And make sure you guys show Brooklyn Queen some love because she just bought y'all some lunch.
In Springfield,
don't push me, ain't Donald Trump trying to grab him by the... Said it was some Haitians somewhere out in Springfield. Women doing cartwheels.
Have you seen Garfield?
Have you seen Snowball? This about to snowball. I'm about to go off. I can't let this go on. Miss me like an airball. Tell me when my cat is cough it up like a hairball. I gotta tell them if they even put the fingernail on Santa's little helper to turn them to hamburger helper. Somebody better help them, cause I'm going to jail for showing them fellas helter skelter. Usually I'm content, but if you touch my dog, then I'm turning into John Wick. I'm lit. Bird better drop it. If you touch my pet, then I'm pulling up like CrossFit. Overseas where they said Hello Kitty, but it ain't there, it's right here in your city. When I turn my back, now the cat goes missing and where my peoples is at. Does anybody know where he took with that? Cause I heard they putting claws on felines, I'm mad. And my cat disappeared just like Felix the cat. And they got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat.
they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
Drop that cat.
Definitely appreciate you, Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love for supporting the BLR Strategic Cryptocurrency Reserve. Definitely appreciate it. Let me get this, get old boy off of there. There you go. And then he pop up right there. There you go. Go away. All right. While Musk has not explicitly endorsed Kekis, his social media update and the new profile image have fueled speculation that he might be indirectly promoting the token. Musk's influence on the cryptocurrency market is well documented, with his tweets frequently driving up the value of digital currencies such as Dogecoin in the past. And we just mentioned that. Adding to the intrigue, Musk has issued a cautionary note on X, warning against deceptive practices by users attempting to manipulate the market through tactics like buying followers and spreading false information. All right. So now they go and talk about the quote unquote controversial nature of quote unquote Pepe the Frog. All right. The use of Pepe the Frog in Musk's profile picture also carries layers of cultural significance. Created in 2005 by American artist Matt Fury for his comic series Boys Club, Pepe was initially an innocent character with the catchphrase, "Feels good, man." However, the character's evolution from a lighthearted meme into a symbol of controversy is well documented. Pepe gained popularity on internet platforms like 4chan and Reddit in the early 2000s, with users creating countless variations such as Sad Pepe, Smug Pepe, and Angry Pepe. Celebrities like Katy Perry and Nicki Minaj embraced the meme, further capitulating it into the mainstream by 2015. However, by 2016, certain fringe groups appropriated Pepe for political and hateful messaging, leading to its designation as a quote-unquote hate symbol by the Anti-Defamation League. Now, what do you guys think about Pepe being a hate symbol by the Anti-Defamation League? That's interesting. That's interesting. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker says, are we going to stop eating carnivores in 2025? Asking for an occasionally off code and always lift allergic friend. I ain't mad at it. Honestly, bro, if I had to type, I'll tell you what, if we're able to hit our goals, I'm going to opt for vegetables. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to opt for a nice crispy salad, you know what I'm saying, with romaine lettuce and spinach. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will. Despite this, the meme retains a broad, diverse appeal, remaining a cultural icon that is widely shared in less consensuous context. What does the profile name change mean? Musk's latest move shows his penchant for using humor and memes to stir public interest, particularly in the tech and crypto spaces. While it remains unclear whether he is officially connected to Kekis, his influence on the market is undeniable. Well, here's what is clear. Elon Musk likes meme coins. That's what's clear. If you guys would agree that Elon Musk likes meme coins, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, and Aragula too. Yeah, that I like that. That stuff actually tastes really good. For investors and crypto enthusiasts, this serves as both an opportunity and a reminder to approach speculative assets with caution. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Is there anybody that can tell me all of the speculative assets? What are all of the speculative assets? Name me all the speculative assets in the chat. Shout out to Hurricane IQ. What's good with it, bro? And shout out to everybody. I appreciate each and every one of y'all watching. If y'all haven't hit that like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media. All right. So let me know what some of these speculative assets are. And of course, the computer is stuck. Are you guys able to hear me? If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can't hear me, then give me a thumbs down. There we go. All right. Yeah, now we back. Let's see. Let me hurry up and get this page off the screen. Good Lord. I'm telling you, some of these websites, it's ridiculous. They put so much script on them that it don't matter how good of a computer you have, they just shut it down. Now, shout out to Tedra Mitchell, right? Shout out to Tedra Mitchell. Hopefully Tedra's watching. If she's not, hopefully she catch her on the replay. You know what I'm saying? Show Tedra some love. Tedra dropped these articles she dropped the article into the Discord. And it was something that I was going to touch on anyway. But we're going to also look at the article that she dropped about it. How many people heard about that situation with the quote-unquote Chinese hackers? If you guys heard about the quote-unquote Chinese hacker situation, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have not heard about this quote-unquote Chinese hacker situation, give me a thumbs down. Now, the Chinese hackers, right, they hacked the Federal Reserve for some information. Is this true or false? There's a reason why we're going to go into this.
As big tech is getting hammered in today's sell-off, CNBC's Magnificent 7 index dropping more than 1%. Well, there's a new emerging threat to megacap's massive spending and America's dominance in the AI race. Deirdre Bosa digs into that for today's Tech Check. Hey, Dee.
Hey, good morning, Leslie. So here's a name that our audience may want to write down: DeepSeek. This is a new, free, open source AI model that beats
DeepSeek. So everybody take notes on this. DeepSeek. Okay? DeepSeek. Why are we taking notes on that?
Race. Deirdre Bosa digs into that for today's Tech Check. Hey, Dee.
Hey, good morning, Leslie. So here's a name that our audience may want to write down: DeepSeek. This is a new, free, open source AI model that beats the latest OpenAI and Meta models on key benchmarks, and it was made for a fraction of the cost. Now, it was trained by a Chinese research lab that used NVIDIA H800s. That's a lower performance version of the H100 chips that are cheaper, more available, and tailored for restricted markets like China. Now, I've been testing it out this morning, and on the surface, it looks and acts just like OpenAI's ChatGPT. And in fact, it actually thinks it is ChatGPT. When I asked, what model are you? It answered, I'm an AI language model created by OpenAI, specifically based on the GPT-4 architecture, suggesting that it was trained on ChatGPT outputs, which, leaving aside terms of service violations, it means that entirely new state-of-the-art models can be built on what is already out there. In other words, OpenAI's moat may be shrinking. If a model like DeepSeek can emerge with competitive performance, minimal cost, and reliance on existing outputs, it signals a rapidly shrinking barrier to entry in AI development, challenging the current dominance of industry leaders like OpenAI. Based on technical tests designed to measure its coding performance, DeepSeek outperformed other models, including Meta's Llama 3.1 and OpenAI's GPT-4o. And by the way, those...
Now, let me ask you guys this question. Does this look like an investment that people should watch? If you all think that this is an investment that people should pay attention to, then give me a thumbs up. If you don't think that this is an investment that people should pay attention to, then give me a thumbs down.
Are the latest state-of-the-art models. And that led Andrej Karpathy, a founding team member at OpenAI, to post DeepSeek making it look easy today with an open frontier grade LLM trained on a joke of a budget. Now, to put that budget in perspective, it's pretty mind-boggling. It costs just $5.5 million versus hundreds of millions of dollars for Meta's latest Llama model and billions of dollars for GPT and Gemini models. This all raises an important question for investors as the AI trade evolves and technological progress stalls.
So you have to ask yourself the question, if China was able to do this with a joke of a budget and with less quality parts, what does that say about the United States and the state of United States manufacturing AI? What does that say about the broader trend?
Is training frontier models even a good investment anymore? Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, OpenAI, they have made that a core mission over the last few years as they continue to spend billions building out AI infrastructure to train ever bigger and better models. DeepSeek did something highly competitive in just 2 months with dumbed down GPUs for less than $6 million. And guys, let's not forget this fact. It comes from China, whom Sam Altman and others say poses the greatest competitive threat to the dominance of US-led AI. Now, this model is going to be tested in the weeks and months ahead, but the
shout out to Brooklyn Queen. I don't know if we can quote unquote use it for what we were talking about this morning, but I know we can. It can definitely be useful in creating what we were talking about this morning.
Implication, guys, of this is just massive and will ripple through the AI community.
Wow, Deirdre. I mean, we've been talking this morning about obviously the CapEx that we're expecting to be spent in 2025 on exactly what you're talking about. What is the core competency then here of the Chinese? Obviously, they're not using the latest chips. They don't have the computing power. They're not even spending on that. So what are they doing well?
And yet, I know, right? And yet, you're right. They don't have all those things. They don't even have access to H100s. And yet, they have built a model that competes with the ones from OpenAI and Meta. I mean, they've done this out of necessity using H800.
Shout out to my man, Win Lose the Rug. What's good with it, bro?
which, like I said, is a dumbed down version of the H100. They've been able to do this, which essentially just means that these models are becoming more commoditized than ever. As that progress, the technological progress stalls, it's all about what can you build with the existing frontier models. And this is a perfect example of what a company that doesn't have to have built all the architecture, doesn't need those high-end GPUs, is able to do simply by taking existing outputs. It also raises questions between open and closed source models, right? They were able to do so. This is an open source models. That was always the fear here with Meta's Llama, is that it gives the Chinese an advantage. It turns out the Chinese didn't even need Llama. They just needed stuff that was already put out there by ChatGPT and others.
Now, wow, Deirdre, I feel like this is going to be a huge story in 2025 and the geopolitical ramifications of all of this as well.
Listen, man, we got a couple hours before 2025, and I'm telling you, man, 2025 is going to be one of the most lit movie motion picture like years that the world has ever seen. It's gonna be wild. All right, so now we're gonna take another look at this DeepSeek, right? And we're gonna be actually talking more about AI and artificial intelligence, because I don't know if people were aware of this, but there was a lot going on. There was a lot going on in regards to AI with the Biden administration that was ignored and kept under wraps. I talked about a little of it, but one man operation over here. You know what I'm saying?
All right, now it is time for Tech Check. And today, let's talk about AI, but not in the way that you all think, because there is a new model that has all of the Valley buzzing. And it does not come from OpenAI or Meta or Google or any of those names. Deirdre Bosa, this comes from a rather unusual source.
It also comes from China, Brian. It's called DeepSeek. And here's why it matters. It took Google and OpenAI years and billions of dollars to build the latest AI large language models. But now a Chinese research lab has built a competitive model in just 2 months with dumbed down GPUs for less than, get this, $6 million, not billion, $6 million. Now, DeepSeek looks and acts just like ChatGPT. I've been trying it out this morning, and when I asked, what model are you? It answered, I'm an AI language model created by OpenAI, specifically based on the GPT-4 architecture, suggesting that it was trained on ChatGPT outputs, which, leaving aside terms of service violations, means that entirely new state-of-the-art models, they can be built on what is already out there. In other words, OpenAI's moat may be shrinking. If a model like DeepSeek can emerge with competitive performance, minimal cost, and reliance on existing outputs, it signals a rapidly shrinking barrier to entry in AI development, challenging the current dominance of industry leaders like OpenAI and Google and Anthropic and Meta, by the way. There's also key geopolitical implications in this for the AI race. DeepSeek is backed by a Chinese quant trading firm.
DeepSeek is backed by a Chinese quant trading firm. All right. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many of you all think that it wouldn't be a bad idea to figure out the name of this quote unquote Chinese quant trading firm, trading company, and see exactly what they're working with? See exactly what they offer on the on the public side. Because this company clearly is funding this for some reason. Now, we can put 2 and 2 together, right? We do more difficult math than that every day. Why would this company fund this particular initiative? Let me know what you guys think.
High flyer capital management, and it used NVIDIA H800s, a lower performance version of the H100 chips that are cheaper, more available, and tailored for restricted markets like China. So they were able to sort of go around the H100s that everyone seems to be looking for here in the West. Now, in fact, it cost DeepSeek just $5.5 million to train it versus hundreds of millions of dollars for Meta's latest Llama model and billions of dollars for GPT and Gemini models. This all raises an important question, Brian, for investors. As the AI trade evolves and technological progress stalls, is training frontier models still a good investment? DeepSeek should make investors look twice.
Why the difference in price? Like, what am I getting for $5.5 million versus $1 billion?
That's the thing. You're basically getting a model that's as good as the frontier models that OpenAI and Llama have created. So there's third-party.
So now let me ask you guys this. How is the United States going to deal with this? More than likely, what the United States is going to do to deal with this is they're going to hit China with sanctions. This particular issue with AI, this is the exact same issue that Elon Musk deals with his electronic vehicles in competition with China. Elon Musk in the United States are not competitive with making efficient manufacturing with China. And you will see this across the geopolitical spectrum with all of these different business wars and business stories and enterprise battles that you see going on, right? China is way more efficient when it comes to manufacturing and when it comes to technology than the United States. And one of the last things that they need in order to complete their infinity gauntlet is to be able to get that semiconductor access that Taiwan has, which is one of the reasons why there's so much pump faking and military posturing going on over there, right? So here's my question. The United States has to deal with this in terms of the electronic vehicle production. They're already getting blown out of the water. It looks like they're about to start really getting blown out of the water on the AI side. Where does this all go?
Parties that check key benchmarks. These are key capabilities of the different large language models. And they found that the ones from DeepSeek, which was presumably built and trained on public OpenAI ChatGPT data, is as good or better in some cases than Meta's or OpenAI. So
shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said, owned and operated by Heng Zhao, B DeepSeek Artificial Intelligence Company Limited. We definitely appreciate you, Brooklyn Queen. We need to check this company out and see what's going on with them. We need to check them out.
It's really remarkable. You get just as much bang for your buck for a lot less, like $5.5 million versus billions and billions of dollars that OpenAI has shelled out. So this is really a remarkable development that has huge implications for the race. I spoke to one source who questioned some of the benchmarks, but nonetheless said this is a massive development and, you know, could make investors question, do you need the high-end GPUs if you can get just as much out of the H800s, the dumbed-down version?
No, of course you wouldn't need that. The only reason why you would need that is if you had a particular alliance to a particular entity that's producing those things. Nobody is going to buy less efficient products for more money. Who would do that? Let me ask you guys in the chat. How many of you all in the chat would buy less efficient products for a higher cost? If you would do that, give me a thumbs up in the chat. If you would not do that, then give me a thumbs down.
If that's the case, it changes a lot of the game, including for energy. But this is one thing. To your point, Deirdre, we'll see where it all goes. DeepSeek, we're watching you. And you, Deirdre Bosa. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and that DeepSeek is probably watching all of us. It's probably watching all of us. All right. So why did we talk about that? We talked about that because that is just a preview of what China is doing on the tech side. Shout out to Frozen. What's good with it, bro? Okay. They're doing a lot on the tech side. We're going to take a look at all of it. The U.S. Treasury says that Chinese hackers stole documents in major incident. How many people believe this? If you guys believe this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys do not believe this and you think that this is, I don't know, something weird with more behind it than what is being told to us, then give me a thumbs down. Okay. U.S. Treasury says Chinese state-sponsored hackers stole documents. Here's my question. How do they know? China says it has always opposed all forms of hacker attacks. Attack follows a pattern of operations by China-linked groups, analyst says. Now, here's my question. What does this even mean? And where's our evidence of it? Chinese state-sponsored hackers breached the U.S. Treasury Department's computer security guardrails this month and stole documents in what the Treasury called a quote-unquote major incident, according to a letter to lawmakers that Treasury officials provided to Reuters on Monday. The hackers comprised third-party cybersecurity service provider Beyond Trust and were able to access unclassified documents, the letter said. Why was they able to do that? They shouldn't have been able to do that. I find it concerning that they were. According to the letter, hackers gained access to a key used by the vendor to secure a cloud-based service used to remotely provide technical support for Treasury departmental offices and users. With access to the stolen key, The threat actor was able to override the service security, remotely access certain Treasury user workstations, and access certain unclassified documents maintained by those users. Why would they access unclassified documents? Why would you go through all that work and all that risk just to get unclassified documents? Does that make sense? That's like if you broke into the bank just to get a stack of $1 bills. Like, why would you do that? I mean, unless you just one of them people that just, you like risk and you just decide to be extra about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DC Precise. DC Precise says these kind of hacks are always an inside job and to put us on notice of the quote unquote big one coming. Yeah. If you guys agree with DC, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree with DC, then give me a thumbs down. Now, what's interesting about this is that the Federal Reserve got hacked. You know what didn't get hacked? The Bitcoin blockchain didn't get hacked. That's what didn't get hacked. You know what people are not saying? You need to get your money out of the Federal Reserve because it might get hacked. What if somebody hacks your Bitcoin? What if they hack it? If they hack it, it got hacked. Somebody just hacked the Federal Reserve. Nobody's asking what if the Federal Reserve got hacked. This is what I'm talking about people. That's what I'm talking about people. Based on available indicators, the incident has been attributed to a China state-sponsored advanced persistent threat actor, the letter said. The Treasury Department said it was alerted to the breach by Beyond Trust on December 8th and that it was working with U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency and the FBI to assess the hack's impact. Now, mind you, a lot of this started with them being able to get access to a security key. How reckless were the people there that they had access to be able to get to that security key? Yeah, shout out to DC Precise. DC Precise says they've hacked Swift a few times also. Yeah. And again, you know what's interesting about it? Literally no one ever says, what if they hack Swift? So one of the bad players in the game that you get is that people act like Bitcoin is the only thing that's capable of being hacked. All of the things that they ask the what ifs about when it comes to Bitcoin, in most cases, all of those what ifs have already happened to the dollar. And people still never ask, what about these what ifs with the dollar? Shout out to DC Precise. DC Precise says that's that social engineering. Yeah, bro, facts. Facts. Treasury officials didn't immediately respond to an email seeking further detail about the hack. The FBI did not immediately respond to Reuters' request for comment, while CISA referred questions back to the Treasury Department. Okay. China has always opposed all forms of hacker attacks. Miao Ning, a spokesperson for China's foreign ministry, told a regular news conference on Tuesday. A spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in Washington rejected any responsibility for the hack, saying that Beijing firmly opposes the U.S.'s smear attacks against China without any factual basis. A spokesperson for Beyond Trust, based in John Creek, Georgia, told Reuters in an email that the company previously identified and took measures to address a security incident in early December of 2024 involving its remote support product. Beyond Trust notified the limited number of customers who were involved, and law enforcement was notified, the spokesperson said. Beyond Trust has been supporting the investigative efforts. Okay. So, it's going down. It's definitely going down. Okay. So let me just take a look at something real quick. And shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed that like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. All right. How many people have ever heard of Bitcoinzilla? I get these emails called Bitcoinzilla, and I used to just look stuff up. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to show you guys the emails now. Bitcoin dips below $94,000. Bears take control. Now, this is why I'm asking the question. Remember I asked that question yesterday? What do people have more of a demand for? A $90,000 Bitcoin or a $100,000 Bitcoin? Let me ask you guys this question. Does somebody who's looking to buy a $94,000 Bitcoin, do they have the same requirements for a Bitcoin as someone who's looking to hold or sell a $100,000 Bitcoin? One person can be looking to buy Bitcoin for around 90,000, and another person can be looking to hold or sell 100,000, all at the same time. Which one determines the market? Which one determines the market, ladies and gentlemen? Who creates the price? Is it the price? Is it the people that want Bitcoin at $90,000 so that they can buy it at a discount, or is it the people that want to hold it and sell it at a premium that determine the market? Who makes the market? Who's the market maker? Bitcoin dips below $94,000. Bears take control. All right. Bitcoin's price has fallen below $94,000, signaling bearish market control. Analysts predict further short-term corrections despite a strong-term outlook. Okay. So now here it says El Salvador highlights Bitcoin's success in talk with China. Now, let me ask you guys this. What is Bitcoin? What is El Salvador and China talking about? What are they talking about? Yeah, and shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug. Win, Lose, or Rug said the demand. Facts. The buyers. Facts. So now, if you ask me, there's always two competing Bitcoin prices, right? There's the buy price and the sell price. They're always competing. There can be two prices at the same time, and they can get paid at the same time. One of the best ways to add value to what you're doing is to make sure when you're looking at these things, you know which one of these people you are today. Are you a seller today or are you a buyer today? You should never act like a buyer and sell like a seller. And you should never sell like a seller and act like a buyer. You got to be consistent in what you do. A lot of the inconsistency, that's one of the things that makes people make horrible decisions in the market, and they don't realize it. They think it's all luck. I even hear people say, oh, I'm quote unquote playing the market. There's no playing the market. Playing the market was an illegal game called numbers back in the day. Nobody plays the market. How many people have heard people say that phrase? Well, I'm playing the market today. No, you don't play the market. The market plays you. This person here, Robert Kiyosaki, predicts a $350,000 Bitcoin, and he's criticizing BlackRock. All right. Bitcoin drops below $94,000. Bears take control. Bitcoin's price has fallen below $94,000, signaling bearish market control. Analysts predict further short-term corrections despite a strong long-term outlook. Now, if we're predicting further short-term corrections, what are these short-term correction points for us? What are these points for us, and why are they important? These short-term correction points are more important than long-term price positions in the current moment. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Dwayne Rhodes. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all show Dwayne Rhodes some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Dwayne Rhodes for funding the organization, helping us hit that goal. Definitely appreciate you. Dwayne Rhodes said, true or false, wouldn't be surprised if they in the soft. Let me know what you mean a little bit more, bro.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Oh, if they in the software, who you talk about with the market? Talking about the market. So now here goes the main points. Bitcoin price falls. It dropped to $94,000 from its $108,000 high in December. Bearish signals emerge. Taker buy-sell ratio and technical patterns indicate potential price drops. So we need to find out where these prices are going to land at their lowest point every day. Oh, the hackers. Oh, okay, I got you. We got to find out where these low points are going to be at every day. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How do you do this? How do you keep track of this? Do you check your phone every 5 minutes? No. You see what the numbers are, right? 80 on the low end, 108,000 on the high end. Set your alert on whatever app you use. Wouldn't that make the most sense? Set a price alert. Set a price alert. Yeah, he might actually be. He might be like a couple seconds behind. I'd be forgetting that it puts the chat in the same place, but you could actually be behind watching the video. Yeah, facts. Shout out to John. John says you set target prices and alerts. Yeah, facts. That's how you keep track of it. That's how you streamline the stuff. You don't just sit there and look at your phone all doggone day. People got stuff to do, right? Key support levels. Bitcoin remains above its 200-day EMA despite current downturns. Positive futures rates. Long positions still dominate in perpetual future markets. What does that mean? What that means is that these people who are in these futures markets, they understand the plays that the people who are directly trading Bitcoin are making. They know that most people who are buying Bitcoin long. They're buying Bitcoin to hold. They're not buying for short-term sell-offs. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all would disagree, give me a thumbs down. They're not buying for the short-term sell-offs. Diverging predictions. Price forecasts range from $80,000 to $400,000 in 2025. Now, where do you all see things going? Where do you all see things going? And shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. Bitcoin fell 2.67% over the 7 days, trading at $93,725. I think that's the price, or close to the price that I got on the thumbnail. Bearish market sentiment. Taker buy-sell ratio at 0.92 reflects bear dominance. Technical warning. Analysts expect corrections to as low as 80,000. So if you wake up tomorrow morning and your Bitcoin is at $80,000, should you freak out? What should you do if you wake up tomorrow and Bitcoin is $80,000? What would be probably the most appropriate thing to do? You wake up in the morning, you turn over it, you grab your phone, you look at your phone, and you see an alert. Bitcoin has dropped $80,000. What do you do next? Shout out to John Guillory. If y'all agree with John Guillory, throw some flames in the chat. If y'all disagree with John, let me know why. Buy it. Throw it on crypto.com for some interest. Shout out to AB Promotions. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to AB. AB says, bro, you have two streams going on, and I always be in the one with nobody in it. Right. Remember, it's opposite of the traffic, right? When you're talking about this, with red, you go. With green, you stop. Right? Shout out to Win Lose a Rug. Dollar cost average. Facts. That's a shout out to Black Free Thinker. Sell it to me. Facts. Even better, give it to me, right? Like 50 Cent said, give me what you owe me. You know what I'm saying? That's what you bought from me? You know what I'm saying? That's what you sent to my wallet? Safe haven shift. Rising U.S. dollar tether dominance shows risk aversion among investors. Why is that? Because what that means is that people are putting their money into a stable token on the exchange, or a stable token on the exchange, to avoid volatility risks. Now, you guys know I don't believe in that. I'm all about the volatility. That's what I'm in it for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm in it for. You know what I'm saying? I'm in it to look at it and almost feel like I have a freaking heart attack. That's what I'm in it for. You know what I'm saying? That's what gets my blood going. You know what I'm saying? Futures trends. Positive funding rates highlight long traders' market confidence. Regulatory impact. Trump administration and Federal Reserve policies shape future prices. Now, they got this thing down here, right? It says Bitcoin, gold, and silver preparing for 2025's predicted market crash. Now, I think I actually... I don't have that pulled up. Let me just see something real quick. Bitcoin correction. Actually, yeah, I do. I do got that pulled up. How many people heard that there's going to be an incoming market crash? You guys heard that there's going to be an incoming market crash? If you guys heard about the incoming market crash, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't, then give me a thumbs down. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. El Salvador highlights Bitcoin's success in talks with China. El Salvador emphasized Bitcoin's role in economic growth during a key meeting with China, focusing on digital infrastructure and bilateral cooperation. Could you imagine a strategic alliance between El Salvador and China? Let me ask you guys this question. What does that mean for the United States? Now, let me ask you guys this, and I'm going to keep asking this question. How many people think that it's a bright idea, it's a smart idea, it's an intelligent idea to make sure that you start and continue to build your own strategic crypto reserve? If you guys think that this is an important and insightful idea, then give me a thumbs up. If you don't think that it's an important and insightful idea and it's something that you should steer very clear from, then give me a thumbs down. Okay. Bitcoin's impact. Vice President Ola credited Bitcoin for financial growth surpassing $500 million. They credit Bitcoin and then turn around and turn their back on Bitcoin and make a deal with the IMF. That's what they did. That's what people do. Infrastructure projects. Focus on modernizing aeronautical and submarine cable networks. Strengthened ties. China and El Salvador discuss digital and economic collaboration. Do you guys think China might be picking El Salvador's brain to implement something involving something like this with BRICS to make BRICS more appealing? Shout out to John Guillory. John Guillory says, breaking news per Bloomberg, crypto's $205 billion stable coin market set to go mainstream. What happens when all that money goes into the stable coin market with crypto? What happens with that? That's more money available on exchanges for people to buy cryptocurrencies, right? So in theory, that should push up the entire cryptocurrency market cap. You would assume, right? Shout out to my man Dwayne Rhodes. We getting close to that goal, man. That's what's good. Make sure you guys show Dwayne some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Dwayne for funding the organization. Dwayne says revisiting the impact of what a tariff is. Facts, and we will be doing that. We definitely will be doing that.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Definitely appreciate it. Now, as far as tariff goes, was that company called Deep Stake? Is that what they were called? You know they violated. They in violation right now. They in big violation. They finna get all kind of sanctions put on them. They gonna find every excuse in the book to sanction that company. You know what I'm saying? And they just showed up and showed out too. Oh yeah. Bitcoin reserves holdings exceed 6,000 Bitcoin valued at 560 million. Now imagine this: El Salvador holds only 6,000 Bitcoin and they got 560 million, and they're sitting pretty. Imagine MicroStrategies. Now this is what I'm saying, right? Once El Salvador, look, it's not gonna. It's no longer. Do you guys understand like what's about to happen? It's about to be a financial slugfest. It's about to be a financial free-for-all. It's no longer going to be the United States versus Russia and China. It's going to be Russia, China, the United States all competing against each other, and then MicroStrategies competing against them. Then you're going to have Germany, the UK, Ukraine and Israel competing against each other, and then BlackRock competing against all of them. It's about to be crazy. And when that trigger of events starts to happen, Bitcoin supply is gone. 2 years at the most. It'll be to the point where the demand will exceed the Bitcoin being produced off the mine. Every Bitcoin that comes off of the mine up until the next halving will already have been bidded on and bought. If listen, there's only allegedly like 2 million out there. Probably less than that. It's probably less than 1 million out there. You got MicroStrategies buying freaking 20, 10, 15,000 every Monday, and they're not stopping anytime soon. Then you got the United States that says we want to buy 200,000 this year. Then you got every other country that wants to do it. Then you got the states in the United States that have economies that are the size of countries like Texas and California. Man, listen, it's about to be it's not even about to be a geopolitical Royal Rumble. I don't even know. It's about to be financial World War I. FWW1. Financial World War I. Then it's gonna be. Then you'll have MicroStrategies and BlackRock versus George Soros. I mean, like it's like I actually want to see this represented in a video game or something like that, and just watch the shit play out. And make poly market bets on it. Right. Shout out to Carlton Wade. Now you got Carlton Wade dollar cost averaging $5 in caca every month. You know what I'm saying? To catch up with these guys. You know what I'm saying? We got the crow at knife whales over here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get on the board. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's about to be wild, man. It is about to be wild. I want to watch that shit like the NCAA, like 2005 Madness. I want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? George Soros has been tearing up world economies ever since yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? This guy is a financial genius. But on the other hand, we have Michael Saylor with BlackRock, or we have Michael Saylor with Grayscale, an up-and-coming software company that started their Bitcoin strategy in whatever year that they started it in, and it's been solid ever since. And these two are facing off for the first time in this international competition. Man, I can't fucking wait. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for that shit. You know what I'm saying? That is going to be lit. And the crazy thing is I don't even care who wins. I'm just going to be looking at my scoreboard, and I'm not anywhere near the score that they have, but it's going to be enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who wins. I just hope that Bitcoin keep determining the price. know what I'm saying? Because as long as y'all royal rumbling over Bitcoin, y'all helping my little tiny Bitcoin stash out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what matters. That's what matters the most. You know what I'm saying? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Long-term strategy. El Salvador remains committed to Bitcoin despite IMF pressure. And we know that they folded on that. All right. Bitcoin adoption boosted El Salvador's state reserves to $500 million. Modernization plans, El Salvador Vuela, and Cable Submarino improve air and digital connectivity. Diplomatic dialogue. China's ambassador delivered a letter from President Han Xing. Bitcoin holdings, national reserves grew to 6,000 Bitcoin despite global market volatility. IMF challenges. Prepare to scale back hasn't deterred Bitcoin-focused initiatives. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many people think that we should start creating what's called a quote-unquote bear fund? If you guys think that we should create what's called a quote-unquote bear fund, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree and you don't think that we should do that, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker said, how do you like your popcorn? I like it with a lot of butter on it, but I can't eat it like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I can't eat it like that anymore. That smart, what is that? Smart Pop or whatever, that popcorn that comes in the black bag that's got the white powdered cheese on it. That is actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. But I like it. I like the butter movie popcorn, but I can't do that. I can't be doing that all like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Robert Kiyosaki predicts $350,000 Bitcoin and criticizes BlackRock. Robert Kiyosaki reaffirms his $350,000 Bitcoin prediction for 2025 and criticizes BlackRock's Bitcoin price suppression. See that? Now, I'm glad that that's mentioned there, right? Because shout out to Win Loser Rug. Me and Win Loser Rug been having some conversations about this in the Discord. And the market is three-dimensional, multi-dimensional, actually more than three-dimensional, right? But it's only represented on a two-dimensional plane. So when you're looking at the market, my question is, how do you interpret the three-dimensional data that's not represented on the X and Y axis? On the X and Y axis, I should say. How do you do that? How do you do that? Does anybody have the answer? Anybody know? Let me know what y'all think. The rich dad, poor dad guy. Appreciate you guys. Now, let me ask you guys this question. People like BlackRock, people like MicroStrategies, people like ARK Invest, people like Grayscale. Here's the question. What are they more interested in? A $90,000 Bitcoin or a $100,000 Bitcoin? See why I asked that question? You got to figure out which one has the most demand for the day. John Guillory got me dying laughing. John got me dead. Which one is the most important? Which one is the priority? Who cares about which one at what time? Is there a way that people can be interested in making sure that they hold $100,000 Bitcoin while making sellable Bitcoin $90,000? What do you see when you look at the market? Do you see the battlefield that's taking place? I want to ask you all this question. When Robert Kiyosaki criticizes BlackRock and says that they're suppressing the prices. What does that mean? How can he say that BlackRock is, quote unquote, suppressing the prices? How can he say that? Where's the proof? Do we need proof? Do we have proof? They're suppressing the prices. How are they suppressing the prices? Somebody explain it to us. Shout out to Win Loser Rug. Win Loser Rug said, got to develop that 6th sense. Yeah. Got to develop that 6th sense. Let's run some field experiments. Shout out to Win Loser Rug. Win Loser Rug said, if they are suppressing the prices, Bitcoin has failed. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would say that the people that Bitcoin was intended for the most part, have probably failed. Which honestly, I think that they have. I don't think Satoshi, I don't think Satoshi is very happy with the way this is going. I don't think this is what he envisioned. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't think this is what he envisioned. But it is what it is. The world still spins, right? Are the prices that we see reflected in the market natural? Are they accurate? Can they be trusted? Is there pump faking? What does a financial pump fake look like? Why do people get scared? Look at the tweets. Look at what they say. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Bitcoin crybabies crying about Bitcoin prices dropping down rather than say thank you and buying more Bitcoins. Cry, baby, cry. Buy, baby, buy. Not cry, cry, cry. Be grateful. Grow up and buy more Bitcoin. Yeah, I would agree. I wouldn't disagree with that one bit. Shout out to him. Larry Fink is dumping Bitcoin. Vivek warned Larry Fink of BlackRock is Marxist. Vivek warned Fink and BlackRock are shareholder capitalists, not stakeholder capitalists. Shareholder capitalists are Marxists, like Klaus Schwab, who states someday you'll own nothing. And then I think the thing after that is, and be happy about it. Let me ask you guys this question. How many of you all want to be economically starved to death? How many of you all want to own nothing and be extremely ecstatic about it? Be happy about it? I'm going to try to get through as much information as I can today. And hopefully in the next stream, we'll be able to take a break from just raw cryptocurrency topics. And we're going to talk about the deteriorating economy. And we're going to look at the economy deteriorating in real time. We're going to look at where prices are going to be in 2025. Let me ask you guys this question. How many people look at cryptocurrency strategic reserve or your Bitcoin strategic reserve as financial insulation from a cold winter that's on its way, an ice cold winter that's going to freeze everybody's skin to the bones, except for the few people who are smart enough to insulate themselves properly? The storm is brewing, and old man financial winter is coming through with a mean streak. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker says, in many ways, it's quote unquote the modern day equivalent of the message of Jesus Christ. If you think about it, metaphorically, I can see how people would say that. Metaphorically, I can see how people would say that. One thing that I would advise everybody to do is I would advise everybody to make sure that one of the things that you invest in is some pretty heavy equipment to make sure that you are completely capable of eliminating any kind of threat that might harm you or come your way. Also, make sure that you're as healthy as possible. Eat good, sleep good, work out, eat high quality food, take care of your skin. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something real quick. I just want to show you guys a preview of this. Hold on real quick. Let's see. How long is this? Let's take a look at this, right? Shout out to the Box Bros. right? Now, you guys know we've already agreed, right, that the Box Bros content is going to be on undocumented, right? The Box Bros content is going to be on undocumented. This ties into the Box Bros. All right. Hold on real quick. Let me just grab this right here. And real quick, shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed that like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment. Smash that like button. All right. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment and hit that bell. What is going on with all of these affordability crises across the United States and all of these homeless crises across the United States? What's going on with it?
To address the city's housing crisis, Mayor Adams is expected to sign the City of Yes into law.
It's expected to create 80,000 more housing units, increase affordable housing across the 5 boroughs. Housing advocate and formerly homeless New Yorker Shams Sabaran here with more insight on how the City of Yes will impact New Yorkers who really need it the most. So great to have you here.
Great to be here.
80,000 units over the course of 15 years. And that is down, right, from the original proposal, which was around 120,000. And obviously, it's going to take some time to break some ground. But you're saying that this could have an impact much sooner in other areas. What does that look like?
Yeah, well, actually, this is going to sort of like in the long term, that's 80,000 units, right, that we're looking to get. But in the short term, we can take advantage of things like the accessory dwelling units, which we can jump on right now. There are other opportunities in terms of like utilizing underutilized faith-based institution. They have a lot of land, and some of these places are struggling to stay afloat. So we can get in there and start to work out opportunities in cooperation with the faith-based institution to produce more housing. And there's other things with the zoning reforms that would allow us to build in different places in different ways that we were unable to do without this legislation, without this initiative.
Can you explain where the money is going? Are we building new housing units, new innovative housing, or are we developing more NYCHA units or investing more in the current buildings that we have?
So I think with City of Yes, what we're looking to do is, with the overwhelming housing crisis and the lack of housing, this is an ability to.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. When it comes to these quote unquote affordability crises and these housing crises, are they going to increase over time moving into 2025, or are they going to decrease moving into 2025? Are we going to start hearing about places that have never had a housing crisis before having extreme housing crises and poverty issues?
Produce new housing. In addition,
now I'm not trying to be funny, right? But shout out to the people that invest in cryptocurrency, people that invest in Bitcoin. One thing that I would do if I was us, right, is I would create a network of us, people who invest in cryptocurrency, and start looking at quote unquote communities that we can buy up and move to and secure, so we could be away from the rest of society who decides to piss their time away. Because what's going to end up happening is that as these poverty crises spread throughout the United States like dominoes, it's going to be us against the angry mob of people that are angry at themselves, but they're going to try to want to have what we have because they failed to plan. So in times like this, it is my belief that like-minded people should really get to know each other and really get comfortable with each other and be on the lookout over each other's shoulders for trouble that they might see brewing that didn't look like trouble maybe a year or two ago. You know what I'm saying?
To be able to do things like continue to support NYCHA and put more into NYCHA. And this is complements what we need to do for NYCHA, what we need to do for other housing programs like Mitchell-Lama and stuff like that. But specifically, looking at communities where you have some communities have beared the brunt of building housing, affordable housing through in their districts. But there's so many other places that haven't really carried their fair share. So specifically, this is going to allow us to look at other.
Yeah, I agree. So if you guys agree with Carlton, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Carlton said the monolith will be coming full force to take our resources, or at least to attempt. They'll try. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. The monolith, quote unquote, coming in full force to take our resources. That's no different than quote unquote crime, right? And if poverty is spreading, then that means that quote unquote crime will spread. And I don't care where it spreads. It can spread all over the place, but it spreads onto the boundaries of where we're at, and it's going to have to get scorched. You know what I'm saying?
Opportunities throughout the city and produce more housing.
Right, but just to follow up on the question here. So for the folks who are living in NYCHA, who are saying, well, I've been living in deplorable conditions for decades, and is this going to help them now? Or is NYCHA not part of the equation?
Well, it's not that NYCHA is not part of the equation. When you look at things like, for instance, and thankfully with the city council's input and other New Yorkers, we've added $5 billion to their budget for housing. So I'm sure that a lot of that money looks at how to build, how to repair the infrastructure. Even you have units that are in disrepair in the housing stock. The ability to secure more funding to be able to do that. And it comes in the context of City of Yes and other initiatives that's already going. So this is more like complementing that, another way that we can get at, have the ability to produce more housing.
Okay.
Later today, you're going to be sworn in, right, as the mayor's part of the Mayor's Charter Review Commission?
Yes.
What does that entail? What are your
He better be careful working with Mayor Eric Adams, because everybody around Mayor Eric Adams is not having good luck.
duties?
So right now, on the specifics, it's a lot more to that, and it'll be coming in the beginning of the year. For me, it's a great opportunity to be in the process of being able to listen to New Yorkers throughout the city and trying to figure out, what can we do to help, improve our ability to service New Yorkers, including myself, all of us. And I think that this is like a fantastic opportunity. And just the fact that me, a person that used to sleep on the subway, was homeless in the street, sleeping on a park bench, is now in a position to do things that look at how do we use this charter or this opportunity to improve our ability to be able to produce housing. This is monumental. And so I'm looking forward to being sworn.
There's an easier way, right? If you guys would agree, there's an easier way. Give me a thumbs up. There's a way that you can even keep yourself more than likely, potentially out of a housing crisis. Make the proper investments today. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
In today, I'm also looking forward to serving New Yorkers in this capacity. And this is a people-driven initiative that I think is going to have a major impact on the city's ability to be more progressive.
Yes, you certainly come a long way. The Charter Review Commission, this is the second one the mayor is now having. He just had one. The city council is obviously taking some issue with the Charter Review Commissions overall. They say they're being weaponized to take power away. I spoke to Adrienne Adams about it. I want you to take a listen to what she had to say.
So we'll continue to be on our toes. We have our own Charter Review Commission that we will continue to pursue. We are going to go forth with that, and we are going to continue to do the work of New Yorkers. We know that the previous Charter Revision Commission was a week-old commission. We believe it was weaponized with both cannons pointed directly at the city council to give the mayor more power, more authority. We feel that it was an undemocratic abuse of power, quite frankly.
Undemocratic abuse of power. So how will this Charter Review Commission be different than the first? And will you work with their Charter Review Commission?
Well, traditionally, first of all, I'm here to celebrate, us doing these great things, right? But traditionally, and you know this from all conversations that we've had, I'm all about uniting the people, bringing people to the table of different viewpoints and stuff like that. So me personally, I'm all about hearing all New York. That's the focus that I have in terms of, specifics to the Charter Commission. I'm not, we still got a lot of work to do, and I'm more focused on what the people have to say as opposed to, what I think, and that's the important thing.
So basically, you don't want to be part of the drama.
Well, it's not that. I mean, I'm here to serve the city. I'm here to serve the people. I'm not a politician. And I'm just a regular citizen. I don't work for anybody. I'm just here volunteering to try and do something that's going to impact New Yorkers in a positive way. So people that have the experience that I have, of being stuck in a cycle of homelessness are no longer able to do that. Gotcha. That's my focus.
I wish.
So, so the thing is that there's going to be a lot of this stuff going on. Now, these type of quote unquote humanitarian efforts, like what's going on here, how sustainable do you guys think that is to maintain pace with people who are going broke on a daily basis? You think that it's maintaining the pace or no? I don't think that it's going to maintain the pace. Yeah, shout out to Win Lose a Rug, bro. Facts. Win Lose a Rug said that was a Democratic Party response. Facts. That was a monolith response. That was monolith mind right there. Mono mind. You know what I'm saying? Now look at this. Main points, Bitcoin price target. Kiyosaki predicts Bitcoin will reach $350,000 by 2025. Depends on what's going on. This could definitely happen. BlackRock critique claims BlackRock suppresses Bitcoin prices for institutional buying. Now here's the thing. Why would BlackRock, if BlackRock has the ability to do that, why would they not do that? Right? You got to you use the weapons that you have available. If you got big weapons available, you use big weapons. If you got little weapons available, you lose little weapons. Investor advice, all right, encourages buying Bitcoin during price drops and dismisses crybabies. Economic warnings, warns of a global crash, urging financial caution. Safe assets, highlights Bitcoin, gold, and silver as resilient in downturns. Okay. Shout out to the people that were watching my channel back in the days of the quote-unquote Russia report. I think Carlton is the only person that still comes around consistently from back then, right? But and I think Lloyd Sky 9 and John Guillory was around back then too. But I kept trying to emphasize to the people who used to watch my channel back then about being on the right side of the curve. Don't be that person in the grocery store paying the extra money for the groceries. Be the person who bought the grocery commodities that's enjoying the premium because of the increase in demand. Making comments like that drove people away from my channel. You know what I'm saying? Making comments and recommendations like that made people go away from my channel and snub their nose at my channel. Hey, instead of spending all your money, you know what I'm saying, like, get you some money back. I ain't doing this no more. Really? These are the damaged minds that that are amongst us, that could just snap like a cold rubber band at any moment. You know what I'm saying? BlackRock allegations believe BlackRock manipulated Bitcoin price for sub $100,000 buys. And again, this is what I'm saying. Which Bitcoin do you need today? Do you need a $100,000 one, or do you need a $90,000 one? If you can make the $90,000 one happen, will you? If you can make the $100,000 one happen, will you? Of course you will. Buy strategy urges investors to see dips as opportunities to accumulate Bitcoin. Economic outlook projects instability in the US dollar and global markets. Crash strategy advocates using crashes to acquire wealth with safe haven assets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been saying that forever, right? But my people won't make me great. When I say that, you know what I'm saying, they turn their nose up and go watch some other stuff on YouTube. Other people do this and get George Soros rich. Do you guys see the mental disease? Do you guys see the brain rot? Do you guys see it? He says, buy one Satoshi and get rich. We're going to come to a point in the future. We may not be alive at that point. We may not be alive at that point. But the Satoshis will be competing with the Bitcoin price pretty soon. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. I want to see what this is talking about right here. This is way back on September 8th. So this is old news. Now, they're talking about a 30% correction when it comes to Bitcoin. Shout out to AB Promotions. AB Promotions says just the thought of making investments beneficial for oneself makes people's brain hurt. Bro, ain't that facts? But then they'll turn around and reflexively not think and buy a lottery ticket. And then they'll be pissed when you tell them about it. Make it make sense. We have some of the most pathetic creatures and ground dwellers and stomach crawlers on the planet. as our neighbors. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says why a 30% Bitcoin correction could be its most bullish move yet. So if a 30% correction is a possibility that we could be looking at in the near future, what is a 30% correction from the price currently? What number is that? Should you put that number on alert in your phone? Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker says 35% price correction. If Bitcoin is $100,000, 35% correction would be 70,000, 75,000, right? So we're looking anywhere between what? Mid 60s, low 70s, possibly. Should you put that range in your phone and maybe save a little something just in case that range hits? What do you guys think? Bitcoin's recent volatility, including its struggles to maintain the $100,000 threshold, has analysts suggesting a correction of 20 to 30% could signal a healthy market reset. Historical trends show such dips often proceed to new highs. Okay. So now imagine if you got in at this dip and then you were able to benefit from that high. Bitcoin, gold, and silver preparing for 2025's predicted market crash. Now, shout out to YouTube and shout out to the YouTube videos. The YouTube video has been saying that the American dollar is going to fall. We're going to be in FEMA caskets and all this, and the Walmart's finna turn into storm centers and all that forever. And then all of a sudden, all those videos disappeared. That was the golden era of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? When they actually had good content on here and everything wasn't reaction videos and narratives for stupid people that should actually be sitting in front of the TV watching court TV and deciding which daytime community college they want to go to because they're so damn dumb. But instead, now they just got a plethora of nonsense to watch on YouTube and fake outrage political movements to cry about all damn day. So now they're occupied with something stupid that's not going anywhere, of course, but they're occupied nonetheless. All you got to do is just give half of these people a ball of yarn, and it'll take them about 10 years to figure out how to get out of it. You'll be perfectly fine with them distracted and all. You know what I'm saying? So now here says financial expert Robert Kiyosaki predicts a historic market crash and advises baby boomers to sell traditional assets and invest in gold, silver, and Bitcoin. The rise of cryptocurrencies driven by FOMO continues to captivate investors despite risks. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if these baby boomers are capable of wrapping their mind around the concept of Bitcoin. The older you get, the less likely to be able to change that you are. And I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, man, but some old people say, I mean, when you talk about like early onset dementia, when you tell them something logical about the reality of the world today, they'll say something so far-fetched. If you drove in the car with them, you might ask them, you know, I can always drive us back. You know what I'm saying? I can always drive us back if you're too tired. I know that the light might mess with you at night. Just go ahead and give me the keys. Kiyosaki predicts a global crash affecting stocks, bonds, and real estate. Investment shift. Advises transitioning to gold, silver, and Bitcoin as safer assets. Now, again, this person has a lot of respect. A lot of people listen to him. His people made him great. They retweet his tweets. They watch his videos. They leave comments, right? I've been telling this to people for how long, and what do? They stop watching my channel. And then they turn around and say, why don't we have any money? Let's go bang for some money. Somebody make it make sense. I wish somebody had told us. Let me ask you guys this question. How many of you believe the lie, I wish somebody had told us anymore? How many of you all still believe that? I hope after your journey with me, you really believe what your eyes are showing you. Because I'm not showing you anything other than what your eyes are showing you. And what I'm showing you is that people that you may thought that you trust have been emotionally manipulating you, and they've been lying to you. These people are scoundrels. These are the worst of the worst kind of sludge that you find in the pipes at a water treatment factory in one of the most busiest cities in the United States, with a fresh delivery of toilet water after a burrito bowl with old Chipotle meat in it. Shout out to Lehman Lucas. What's good with you, bro? Look at this. You know what I'm saying? People even quote this book that this dude wrote. If we just had somebody to tell us this stuff, man, if you just had somebody to tell us this stuff, you wouldn't listen. That's what it is. That's what it is. If you had somebody to tell you this stuff, you wouldn't listen. You know what I'm saying? Because we've proven it. I can't take them serious, man. I can't take them serious. You know what I'm saying? Crash predictions. Kiyosaki warns baby boomers to sell traditional assets before a severe market downturn, calling Bitcoin the dark horse investment for the future. Bitcoin's performance from a 0.009. Look at this. Bitcoin was meme coin amounts of money in 2009 to $100,000 today. Look at that. It shifted over 1 decimal place, 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places, 4 decimal places, and then now there's 5 decimal places behind the 9. 9 decimal places Bitcoin has swung. Shout out to AB Promotions. Make sure y'all hashtag 20 in the chat. You see how they took me down from 50 to 20? Y'all see how they took me down from the perpetual 50 to the perpetual 20? They didn't take me down. My people don't want me to be great, and they themselves are scared of greatness. That's what happened. It's not YouTube. YouTube didn't do it.
You cheated! I'm going to tell on you!
That's how they're going to be when they look at their bank account and the market crashed. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin has grown amid skepticism with global crypto holdings near $3.8 trillion. Risk of crypto. Over 14,000 cryptos have vanished since 2023, with 5.6 billion in losses and a 45% spike in fraud. Fear of missing out drives crypto investment, fueled by influencer endorsements and psychological triggers like fear and greed. Global adoption. Countries like El Salvador have adopted Bitcoin as legal tender, showcasing its appeal beyond traditional financial systems. Okay. So this is interesting. This thing here says the United States government is to maintain and not expand Bitcoin reserves. Okay. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. What else they got? So we already talked about this 30% correction, right? We're pretty aware of that. We know what to look for. This is insane. This right here. This is what I'm talking about. Micro strategies is literally like the freaking 1,200-pound gorilla in the room. These people get in a buying match with micro strategy. Like, if they get in a buying match with micro strategies, like, shit, the Bitcoin supply might actually be gone by the end of 2026 or by the end of 2025, beginning of 2026. Look at this. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin holdings surpass next halving's epoch's entire output. Like, this is insane. Like, this is insane. MicroStrategies now holds 444,262 Bitcoin exceeding the 328,125 Bitcoin projected to be mined in the next halving epoch. MicroStrategies themselves puts Bitcoin in that as soon as it comes off the mine, it's already purchased situation. MicroStrategies themselves. This highlights the company's significant role in Bitcoin's scarcity-driven ecosystem. MicroStrategies owns more Bitcoin than will be mined in the next entire halving epoch. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Now, how many of you all believe me now that there's probably not as many Bitcoin out there as we think that there are? Yeah, facts. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker says they'll post Hosea 4-6 all over the place, yet won't apply the knowledge to themselves. Self-sabotage at its most tragic. Yeah, facts. Super facts. Massive holdings. MicroStrategies Bitcoin stash is larger than the total mined Bitcoin expected in 2020 from 2028 to 2032's halving epoch. Halving reduces Bitcoin block rewards by 50%, enhancing scarcity. Institutional influence. MicroStrategies has aggressively accumulated Bitcoin since 2020. Detailed highlights. Bitcoin halving dynamics. You guys know this already. We talked about the Bitcoin halving during that time earlier this year. Right? How many of you all remember the Bitcoin halving content that we talked about? Bitcoin's reward per block halves every 4 years. The next epoch, which is 2028 through 2032, will yield 328,125 Bitcoin at 1.5625 Bitcoin per block. This year right here, between 2028 and 2032, this is when we need to actually be organized with our capital and putting products out and having our own strategy to capitalize and lock in on locked in value in a particular cryptocurrency asset class. 2028 is 3 years after each of us will have our goal. At that point, we should be able to have more time and freedom to be able to organize and lay out plans and strategies and liquid cash and capital. And by 2032, we should be able to be up and running. Fairly easy, fairly liquid, fairly quickly. You know what I'm saying? MicroStrategies accumulation. As of December 22nd, 2024, the company holds 444,262 Bitcoin, purchased for $27.7 billion at an average price of $62,257 per Bitcoin. Recent acquisition. MicroStrategies added 5,262 Bitcoin for $561 million. So basically, what MicroStrategies just did was with MicroStrategies Monday acquisition, it just acquired the same amount of Bitcoin that El Salvador has. And El Salvador has a lot of Bitcoin. MicroStrategies just bought an El Salvador-sized Bitcoin. Shout out to Detroit 313. What's good with it, bro? With the most recent acquisition, MicroStrategies just bought an El Salvador-sized Bitcoin. You guys see that? You see what I'm saying? You see where this is going? Hey, listen, man, if I was locked out of wealth, I wouldn't want to talk about this either. I get it now. That just put things into perspective for me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I've been just insensitive. Maybe I've just been insensitive. You know what I'm saying? With holdings surpassing future mining output, MicroStrategies underscores institutional adoption's impact on Bitcoin supply dynamics. It'll be like MicroStrategies. Look at this, bro. MicroStrategies has set themselves up to where they can compete with the miners for the new Bitcoins. MicroStrategies gonna have all the Bitcoin. The miners not gonna have much Bitcoin. And when a MicroStrategies can say, we have a guaranteed Bitcoin we can sell you, you don't even know where the one is coming off the mine at. That's crazy. That's checkmate, mate. Wow. Do y'all see what I'm saying? With the old Bitcoin, MicroStrategies will now be MicroStrategies can be a pseudo Bitcoin mine. Because it will be more likely in the future that you could get a Bitcoin from MicroStrategies than you could get one from the damn actual mine. Yo, that's crazy. Wow. I think Michael Saylor actually outdid himself because he said, yeah, we're going to be buying the highs and buying the lows. He's not even going to have to. MicroStrategies is the new Bitcoin mine. MicroStrategies will outcompete the Bitcoin mines because all they have to do is store the Bitcoin. The mines actually have to produce electricity and spend money on electricity to solve the blocks. All they're doing, all Microsoft or MicroStrategies is doing is just cold storage. So they're going to be able to outcompete the mines. That's wild. Ecosystem influence. With holdings surpassing future mining output, MicroStrategies underscores institutional adoption's impact on Bitcoin supply dynamics. Yo, that's woo-wee. Woo-wee. Man, listen. And I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, man, but like all of that, it's just right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not talking long time frames here. You know what I'm saying? We're talking very, very in the near future time frames. We're talking about in the near future time frames, guys. Listen, listen, DC Precise. MicroStrategies they could just acquire all of the miners. As a matter of fact, like MicroStrategies could, in theory, just buy all of the mined Bitcoins for next year. They could just buy them all. They're probably at the point of efficiency where they could buy every mining company and mine all the Bitcoin. They just have all the Bitcoin. All future Bitcoin they could have. They've already proven that they can purchase that amount. I don't think that most people are really breaking this math down like that. Honestly, I don't, and I'm not trying to be funny, but one of the reasons why most people aren't breaking this math down all like that is, for one, because they can't. You know what I'm saying? Because they're stupid. And then for two, they don't care because they're stupid. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like the actual cryptocurrency people. Like this really should be a topic of discussion. You know what I'm saying? This has some very, very interesting implications. You know what I'm saying?
Crypto had an eventful 2024. Bitcoin finally reaching $100,000 mark. And we also had David Sachs' appointment as the first AI and crypto czar, just to name a few. So as we head into the new year, let's talk about some of those top crypto themes to watch for in 2025. For that, we want to bring in Alexander Bloom. He's the CEO of 2Prime. Alexander, it's great to have you here on Yahoo Finance. You were recently out with 10 crypto predictions for 2025. We're going to zero in on 3 of those that we think could have the biggest impact on the price of Bitcoin here moving forward. And that first thing that you pointed out was that the U.S. is going to declare Bitcoin a strategic reserve asset. I guess 2-part question here. 1, how realistic do you think that is? And then 2, how much of that optimism has already been baked into the price of Bitcoin here today?
Yeah, so thanks for having me on. I would say, first of all, in the light of the last year with Bitcoin ETFs being extremely successful, the most successful ETFs ever created, as well as the election of pro-crypto candidates and a pro-crypto administration, the backdrop is set for a strong 2025. In terms of your actual question, there's 2 aspects to the strategic reserve. One is, by executive order, Trump can take the Bitcoin that the U.S. government has confiscated and already owns and just say, this is part of our strategic reserve now. There's about 200,000 Bitcoin that the U.S. government already holds. In addition to that, which is maybe a bit more complicated, is there's a bill in the Senate introduced by Cynthia Lummis to buy another 1 million Bitcoin through the Treasury. That is a little bit trickier.
Hey, that's hilarious. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton says, see, I'm stupid, but I'm smart enough to know the people who know stuff. That makes me smart. Bro, that's Trump's strategy. You know what I'm saying? That's what smart people do. You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, that's efficient. Let me ask you guys this question. How much of this stuff going on right now was contingent on the 2024 election? A pretty big amount of it, right? A pretty significant amount of this stuff was contingent on the 2024 election. Can anybody give any quotes from anybody who was talking about politics that they made on this stuff here? Fill up the chat with the quotes.
Has to go through the whole legislative process and can't just be done with the swoop of a pen. However, I think, if you look at the kind of pros and cons of being pro-crypto, if you support crypto, you get more votes, you get more political donations, and there's really not a lot of benefit to being anti-crypto unless you're completely bought by the banks. And so I think there may be the political will to actually approve that bill as well. We've also seen, it's also significant, not just the U.S. doing it, but it will set a tone for other countries to follow suit, just as other countries have collected gold in the past.
Yeah, talk to me about that part of your call, Alexander, the idea of other global central banks scooping up Bitcoin, especially in relation to the strength we're seeing in the U.S. dollar. Can other central banks really afford to be hedging with an asset like crypto and Bitcoin?
I think, well, first of all, central banks can print paper money out whenever they want. And if they're buying a real asset with it, it's better than what they spend most of their money on, which is typically poor spending. And so I think central banks definitely can do it. It's a question of who has the incentive and kind of political will to do that. And I think there's 2 categories of groups that have that interest. There's one is people trying to get out of a dollar reserve asset. So maybe a country like Russia that has incentive to not be stuck to the petrodollar. And then there are countries that are trying to keep up with the US. So countries maybe like China or England that, if the US is doing it, even if there's just the US doing it makes the odds of it being a successful asset even greater. And so the game theory is, well, I want to keep up with the United States, and their involvement makes everything more likely to be, make this an important asset. And so I think it's a very real thing.
Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, I know people who are not bought by the banks and they're anti-crypto. Yeah, I know people that think they're more important than they actually are, that are anti-crypto, and the bank doesn't care about them and wouldn't give them a loan either. You know what I'm saying?
And central banks can definitely do it.
All right, Alexander, we have less than a minute here, but the third point that you bring out is that we might see a bit of a follow here in MicroStrategy's lead with a FANG company adding Bitcoin to its balance sheet. What signal is this going to then send to the markets, and who, I guess, of the FANG members?
Yes, so I mean, by my calculations, these companies are sitting on about $383 billion in cash at the moment. Even a small percentage of that put into Bitcoin would likely benefit the shareholders a lot more than the cost of the actual purchase. I think the more forward-facing ones that have already expressed some interest in crypto, like Meta in the past, might be good candidates for it, especially ones that already have a lot of founder-controlled shares that they can use their kind of decision-making to make these decisions more readily.
All right, we got to leave it there, Alexander. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so there's that. All right. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this video here. This individual named Peter Chung. All right. Peter Chung is making a prediction where he believes that Bitcoin could hit $210,000 next year. Now, I want to ask you guys a question, right? Because I'm pocket watching, right? So we're going to ask this question. How many people remember what their cryptocurrency wallet looked like post-election? You guys remember before the boom what your crypto wallet looked like? Why am I asking you guys this? Because what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to conceptualize the type of growth that you should be striving for. Let me ask you guys this question. We got the goal that we have for the end of the year, right? What does that actually look like, and how do you get there? Now, you got people that are riding along, and it's just, oh, this is funny, it's fun, and he ha ha ha. It's not fun, he ha ha ha, and it's very possible. I'm going to explain to you guys how, and I'm going to explain to you by looking at your own wallet. You need to look at it. You need to see it. You need to conceptualize it. You need to visualize it and create the picture with your brain while looking at the actual thing. Okay? How many people remember what their balance was as they were dollar cost averaging? Now you're building up, and now you're looking at your total. Okay, I got like $4,000 saved up. That's what's up. Okay, I got like $6,000 saved up. That's what's up. And you're looking at these little balances. You're looking at you got a little bit of SHIB. You got a little $250 in SHIB, right? You got a little, 150 in Peppy. You know what I'm saying? You got a little, $300 in Bitcoin. Okay. Right? I see it. Remember, your whole wallet was $4,000. Post-election, now you got $1,500 in each one. So if you only had 4,000 before, right? Then that means that at the bare minimum, every group of $4,000 that you have now should at the very least grow in the same way that your total $4,000 went, right? So if you started your crypto portfolio out where you have $4,000 and you had it spread across 4 tokens, each of your tokens is $4,000. Right? That means now you got $16,000. You started out with 4 post-election, now you got 16,000. So now you got 4 groups of 4,000. So now each of those groups of 4,000 should behave at the very least like the other group of 4,000. Now each little wallet in your cryptocurrency portfolio is looking like how your whole portfolio looked when you first started. And the bare minimum should be a similar expansion for each group. So for every 4,000, there should be 8,000. For every 8,000, there should be 12,000. For every 12,000, there should be 16,000. For every 16,000, there should be 20,000. Then you redivide those by 4, and each of those should each factor up like that. Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said my wallet is now at 10K. And shout out to Detroit 313. When you look at your entire cryptocurrency wallet, now each little coin wallet, now you got some coin wallets that now probably have more money in them than you had in your entire crypto wallet. Right? So what I want you guys to conceptualize is this. Tomorrow is the first day of 2025. And what's going on now is that because we've been putting in work and we've been working hard, we're actually going into 2025 with a legitimate investment portfolio with liquidity and purchasing power. We didn't have that last year. We built that this year. Let me ask you guys this question. How many of you all have ever saved money this fast? It's all fun and games until you sit down and think about it. Now think about all the times you saved up for something, for a project, for a car or something like that at the house. Have you ever saved up money that fast? Now, you know, shout out to everybody on YouTube, right? Everybody on YouTube has these unique accomplishments and, like, you know, whatever, they've been doing this and they've been doing that, right? I'm going to be one of the first YouTubers to say, I made my subscribers rich. I retired my subscribers. That's what I did. My little tiny channel. My little tiny channel that people snub their nose at and don't watch. I retired motherfuckers 15 years early. That's what I did. Now tell me what your person on YouTube did for you. You see the people in my chat? They're watching this shit from a yacht. You know what I'm saying? They're watching this shit from a private plane. That's my mark on what I did on YouTube. With only 5,000 subs. Because motherfuckers don't fuck with me all like that. Y'all bad.
Published our 2025 outlook.
Now look, now I'm dead serious, right? I'm dead serious. Everybody know, shout out to my man John Guillory, shout out to AB, shout out to Carlton, shout out to Brooklyn Queen. We're starting out this year, we throwing money down on the table. So just think about this, and I want you guys to understand how you locked in. Just by default, starting where we're starting this year, you're locked in, gonna make some money. And the reason why you're locked in is because look at how much smaller your crypto portfolio was this time last year. And look at how much you made. If you're starting out with this much, how much you're gonna make this year? How much you gonna make this year? If you started with like 2,000 or 3,000 and now you got like 10,000, now you're starting with 10,000. Y'all ready for this? As long as nobody has any emergencies, unfortunate issues, family, medical issues, I understand these things happen. As long as everybody stays on the goal, I really hope that there's nobody that doesn't think $1 million isn't likely. If you started out with about $2,500 and now you got 10,000, if you're starting out with 10,000 in the first year of a crypto-friendly government, where are we going, y'all? Where are we going? Think about it. I want y'all to think about it. Because see, like when you do this stuff and you listen to this, you don't really take time to conceptualize it and think about it. But think about nobody did this for you guys. You guys did this all on your own. Nobody did anything for you. Nobody gave you any money. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get airdropped no money. except for, of course, on the crypto that you might have done. This was you all's hard work, and you got something tangible. You got something in your hand that you can show for people. I built this shit last year. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked you, what'd you do last year? I built a liquid stock portfolio. I built a liquid crypto portfolio where I got liquid money in it. And I did it myself without no financial advisor, without no retirement plan. I did this shit on my cell phone in my spare time. This is what I was doing with my spare time. You all got that to show. Some of y'all probably made maybe like a, 25%, possibly more than your income. Shout out to Carlton Wade. Carlton Wade said, do you think we can get Elon to change his profile picture on X? Yeah, possibly with them Chinese hackers. Now, let me ask y'all this. How many of y'all had the time to sit back and take a moment and just look at your cryptocurrency wallet and look at how much money you got this year versus how much money you had last year or before and say, I did this shit myself. I did this. Nobody helped me do this. I made this myself. I worked and I got this. Nobody else in my family can show something like this. I did this myself. How many of y'all have taken the time to sit back and reward yourself for your accomplishments? Make sure that you do. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you do, because the most important player in the game is you. You know what I'm saying?
Is recently where we talk about some price targets for Bitcoin and a few other major cryptocurrencies. Yeah. So with the BTC, our target is 210,000.
Excuse me, 210,000?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, it's not that crazy. I mean, it's about 100%.
Listen,
increase.
The goal by the halving cycle. Remember how I was talking about the halving cycle? The goal by the halving cycle is for each wallet, each group of coins, each wallet in our cryptocurrency accounts to then be $1 million. Our wallets. See how we went from our total value is now the value in each wallet? The next goal is to have 1 million liquid. The goal after 1 million liquid is 1 million in each wallet. 8-year time frame. Oh, that's impossible. How is it impossible when we got these Bitcoin price predictions? Again, honestly, if you look at it, the way that things are growing, my predictions are actually conservative. My predictions are actually conservative.
Is from where we are, and Bitcoin has done crazier things in the past.
Yeah, that's true.
Solana is $1,000 target price, and then for Ether, we predict in terms of a ETH to BTC ratio, so recovering back to 0.05 from current 0.03.
Okay.
Yeah. Ratio.
So then the key question is how? Why?
Well,
so did you hear what he said about the $1,000? He snuck the $1,000 Solana price in there. Make sure you hear that.
5 from current 0.03.
Okay.
Yeah. Ratio.
So then the key question.
Hold on.
Okay. Well, it's not that crazy. I mean, it's about 100% increase from where we are, and Bitcoin has done crazier things in the past.
Yeah, that's true.
Solana is $1,000 target price, and then for Ether, we predict in terms of a ETH to BTC ratio, so recovering back to 0.05 from current 0.03.
Okay.
Yeah, ratio.
So then the key question is how? Why?
Well, there are a few things going on. So we arrive at our target price using what's called MV/RV ratio. MV stands for market value. RV stands for the realized value. Realized value is the value of a Bitcoin blockchain based on the most recent on-chain transaction.
And shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all have not smashed that like button yet, please do me a favor. Please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media.
Price. So it's sort of similar to price to book multiples in equity.
Okay.
And then we calculate we estimate the realized value for Bitcoin for next year and apply 3.5 times the multiples based on historical range. Yeah. And then for Solana, our benchmark is Ethereum network's peak valuation during the last bull cycle 3 years ago, which was around $500 billion in market cap, and that's about $1,000 in per Solana on a Solana basis. And then that's justified in our view because given the current level of institutional interest and then developer activity and also favorable supply outlook.
Yeah, they come in on this.
Our sense is that Bitcoin and other crypto is also very much a liquidity beneficiary.
Yes.
So my sense there is that you've also got a fairly positive outlook in terms of liquidity overall.
That's correct. Yeah. So Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are hypersensitive to liquidity conditions, and generally speaking, despite the recent hawkish guidance from the Fed on early December, the general direction is still loosening. That's what's implied in the market. So liquidity condition we think will get better next year. But even if for whatever reasons Fed decides to reverse their decision, we have another kind of liquidity kick.
Bro, facts. That's what's good. Shout out to John Guillory. Make sure y'all throw some flames, some ducks, some radiation emoji in the chat for John Guillory. John said, Rob, if it were not for you, I would have never found the 0.5 Ether that I bought years ago. And easy $1,500 to $1,600. And that's more than what about 50% of people have in savings in America. Facts. Super facts. And that's another thing you want to do too. You want to go through a weekly, or not a weekly, but you want to go through at least a yearly sweep on anything that you ever did anything crypto on in the past, because you'll find that those residual cryptos that were too small to be able to send across the network, now those are significant amounts of money.
Coming in from China.
Yes.
And then China is actually they account for a bigger, almost a twice larger portion of global liquidity than the U.S. I think people often overlook that.
The percentage that they account for of the global M2 money supply is just staggering. It's close to, it's less than half, but I think it's about 40%. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah. So we don't feel it because of this the capital control in China, and most of the liquidity usually gets trapped within the border of China. But Bitcoin is a global asset.
And then China's P2P, right?
That's right.
All right, so there's that. Sorry about that. Let me see. Hold on. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about MicroStrategies and buying more Bitcoin. All right, because again, MicroStrategies, they just bought more Bitcoin. Now, again, like it's crazy. It's almost like the undocumented, bro. It's like this stuff just doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't stop. Now, let me ask you guys this question. We talked about all of the money that's been estimated to go into DeFi in 2025. What was the estimated amount of inflows of venture capital that was supposed to go into DeFi in 2025? Shout out to Win Lose a Rug. Win Lose a Rug was talking about the quote unquote AI narratives. That's something that people should also pay attention to. All right, so let's check this out real quick.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. MicroStrategy is buying some Bitcoin, more Bitcoin. In fact, $209 million worth of Bitcoin to be exact, according to the company. That said, MicroStrategy's Bitcoin buys have been slowing down gradually. It did a couple of big buys when it first began this round, and then it has been sort of slowing down. As you can see there, the purchases were much larger in November, and then they have gotten slower here. But
shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said, "I'm just laughing at these pro-blacks." I mean, yeah, laugh at them, bro. Yuck it up. Laugh at them. They all think that they're comedians anyway. So go ahead and just go ahead and give them that laugh and tell them, the funniest joke that you ever told that had me laughing the most was when y'all said that Bitcoin was a scam and black people don't have time for Bitcoin and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, bro, people need to start calling them cats anti-wealth. They're anti-wealth. You know what I'm saying? They're absolutely anti-wealth. They call themselves responsible, and they literally purposely left out any type of content, even presenting any of this type of information and how it was related to the election to their audiences that trust them like a bunch of lemmings. It's unreal.
Still the 8th straight week that it has been doing this. And as we know, the company has no plans to stop this particular strategy of leveraging its balance sheet in order to buy Bitcoin. What's changed is that the stock has started to underperform Bitcoin. For a while there, it was trading at a significant premium, and it still is at a premium if you value its balance sheet versus Bitcoin. However, it's come down pretty sharply from its highs.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see MicroStrategy start to fall off a little bit here, and I think what.
Yeah, I think I think that they've all said some shit like that. Every single one of them. I know I heard Jason Black saying one time that people were saying that reparations should get paid in Bitcoin. Who has ever said that? I have yet to hear anyone say that or see a clip of it, and it doesn't make any sense. Who would say that reparations should be paid in Bitcoin? Who would even make that? How would that even make any sense? Just making these facetious claims about people that no one has ever even said. Shout out to Frozen. Yeah, talking about the slow taps. And then they say all this stuff and then turn around and act like they didn't say it. Like this shit is just it's crazy to me.
What's interesting to me is the concept that our friend Jared Booker has brought up multiple times, which is MicroStrategy usually leads Bitcoin on the way up. I have not checked in with him on if it normally leads Bitcoin on the way down as well. But MicroStrategy had started rallying kind of long before the Bitcoin pop, right? MicroStrategy was rallying before the election. Bitcoin had.
Then they be going in like, you know what I'm saying? They be going in the whacked out niggas and crypto coons like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Somebody make it make sense. Yeah, shout out to my man Bronze God. What's good with it, bro? And then it's just okay, and nobody gives pushback for nothing. Because you know what happened if you give pushback. Well, you must either got dropped on your head, or clearly, the other diagnosis that could be wrong with somebody. Your mom sniffed crack. Only one of two things, right? You know, it's either we got dropped on our heads or our mom sniffed crack. One of the two, right? Like, man, I'm sick of that shit, man. I'm sick of that shit.
Seen a little bit of a move, but really it seemed like part of the Bitcoin rally maybe was already in the MicroStrategy stock. But MicroStrategy is a weird stock that moves on a lot of different things and a lot of options and stuff I know Steve likes, so I'll perhaps yield the floor to him.
And then the thing is too, like, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers think they got a monopoly on shit. You know what I'm saying? You got your group of people that you do shit with, that's cool. Do the shit that you do. You try to merge into somebody else's lane, and then when you get your fender tore off, you act like you under attack. The narcissist shit is just wild, man. Yeah, shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug. Yeah, if you give pushback, then of course it's you don't love black women. Your mama, you know what I'm saying, where your family from. Oh, I think your family must have the last name Satoshi. We got to start checking birth certificates around it. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Fuck out of here with that shit.
I mean, and Bloomberg has been reporting also that certain hedge funds are sort of using MicroStrategy in much more complex algorithmic ways than I can explain.
Well, the way that I would think about MicroStrategy here is
Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said, meanwhile, these the same pro-blacks, when Hood Conservative confronts them, said to him, saying y'all some money-hungry coons. Right. What's wrong with being money hungry? Is somebody supposed to be ashamed of that because they think that it's okay to hold hands and die being a fucking broke, poor righteous teacher, that other people want a higher quality of life because we don't want to lay in the same casket as them and suffocate with them? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some money hungry coons because we're trying to advance prosperity. That's in that, like, there's, bro, when it comes to these people, there's no standard on anything. None. No standard on anything. Anything can be anything. They can make up any meaning. There's no talking point that has to be based in fact. Nothing. They can't debate in a neutral territory. They have to only do it where they can turn it into a clown comedy show and mute people's mics and all kind of stuff. They don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Umar Johnson is allegedly a psychologist, right? But he's giving information about finance. In most cases, most people won't even have an infectious disease doctor give them advice about their heart. And those are two medical doctors. They just work in different areas, let alone somebody that's in a completely different career field trying to explain something else. If cryptocurrency is a scam, then what do you call fiat money? Their whole talking point is about reparations and how they got scammed out of fiat wealth in the United States. And yet they want the money with the slave master's face on it and not the one that's not a scam that didn't originate from slaves from the slave economy, which is Bitcoin. These dudes ain't shit but white supremacists in blackface. Which is one of the reasons why they go around pointing their fingers at everybody, trying to coon everybody out first to try to make everybody else think that everybody else is a coon. These people talking about pulling up on people. Like, man, I wish a motherfucker would pull up on me. Fuck out of here. Pull the fuck up on me. It's pull up summer. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to Detroit 313, man. Make sure y'all show Detroit 313 some love, man, for funding the organization for 10 months. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said, when I'm getting my crypto, like I said before, I'm not sharing this, never going to share this with them. We've been trying to tell them, bro, facts. Bro, I don't know if you heard that rant that I went on yesterday, but I said the same shit yesterday, bro. Or the day before, I should say. And it was vile. It was some of my best work. You know what I'm saying? It was some of my best work. Shout out to you, bro, for standing on business. We appreciate it.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said, meanwhile, Boyce Watkins is pro-black and he invested in Bitcoin. Bro, that's the crazy thing. Like Boyce Watkins got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of flaws, but the one thing that he's doing right, still nobody watches him. Like they don't call him a coon, but he's kind of like the outcast though. Like he don't get as much engagement, which is crazy because if you watch his crypto stuff, I mean, you know, you might at least get some jewels dropped. You're gonna get more jewels dropped out of that crypto stuff that he say than you'll get out of the fake W's and everything else. It's wild, bro. Yeah, it couldn't be me, man. And like I said, yo, you know, the thing is that everybody should be able to stay in their lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got my feelings about how the earth is and all that. I'm not about to go tell a flat earther or a round earther how I feel about the planet. It's not my place. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to benefit me. It's not going, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to help my situation. I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm not going to hop into a bunch of flat earth debates or a bunch of round earth debates and none of that. I'm not doing that. I ain't got time for it. That's those people. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations for them. What they doing ain't affecting me. It's a whole black dude named Da Vinci on YouTube that's a Bitcoin millionaire. And you know what I'm saying? You got people still just sitting up there saying like, maybe one day these people will, you know what I'm saying, drop some crumbs on us. They'll airdrop us some manna. Like, man, please, why would you even want it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you even want it? It just it's wild, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I can't with the shit. I can't with that shit. I can't with that shit.
It's a leveraged closed-end fund that holds Bitcoin disguised as a software company. So they still have the software company wrapper, but essentially their business model is let's issue convertible bonds or let's issue stock to buy Bitcoin.
Yes.
Well, if you're using bonds to buy something, that's buying it on leverage. So it's a leverage play on Bitcoin, which is why
the infamous YouTube video, just $1 freaking dollar. How many of y'all seen the infamous YouTube video, just $1? Y'all ever seen it? If y'all ever seen the infamous YouTube video, just $1 freaking dollar, give me a thumbs up. If you guys haven't, then give me a thumbs down. And don't get it twisted. Just because don't nobody care about financial stuff over here, I'm on YouTube's homepage right now about to look this video up, and Simply Bitcoin is live with 453 people watching his shit. And Awesome Austin, who's talking about the XRP price going 500%, is live with 676. So see, they people over there making them great. You know what I'm saying? Their people are over there making them great. Now check this out right here. Hold on real quick. Look at this. It was 11 years ago. It was 11 years ago he made this video. We're about to watch it right now. Just buy $1 worth of Bitcoin. His people didn't make him great, but I'm glad this brother made himself great. I'm so glad he made himself great. I wish he would talk shit. He probably better than that. Oh, man. He should make a video every day going in on people that didn't buy any, but, you know. Everybody ain't theatrical like me.
It's been a while since I did a video, and I just want to do a quick video discussing where Bitcoin is and what it's going to do in the next few months, at least what I see it's going to do. I mean, I could be completely wrong, and I've been wrong before, but, you know, it's fun to guess at these things, and so I'm going to lay out some guesses on where it's going and so forth. One of the things I want you to understand is that Bitcoin is more than just a payment system. Satoshi Nakamoto, he wrote it as to ensure that, you know what, you could do escrow transactions, bonded contracts, third-party arbitration, and much more. This system, this whole Bitcoin protocol, is such a big game changer that, you know, the Bart Chilton coming out and saying that he wants to regulate it, he has no clue how that he's going to get a knife in the belly and a twist, that criminal, right, who says that, you know, silver's not manipulated. He's going to see that Bitcoin is going to regulate its own self, because you can create a system that allows for what's it called, leverage options and what's it called, derivatives, basically, which they want to regulate without a centralized system. And these are the amazing things that the Bitcoin protocol provides that you're not aware of. So right now, most people are talking about is like, hey, you can buy drugs with it. You can what's it called? You can buy a few things with it. You can transfer. You could just speculate it and so forth. But no. This system is bigger than you really can perceive right now. It's basically like perceiving the internet to where it is today back in 1992. You can't perceive what the internet would provide, right, back in 1992. I had no clue that YouTube would be existing in 1992. So clearly, this is how big, and I'm trying to explain that this is how big Bitcoin is going to be. It also, right, if it catches on in a big way, right, have already been laid down. in the very beginning, Satoshi thought of all these things, right, for finances. And I don't know how, but he laid it all down inside the Bitcoin protocol so that it's possible once it gets big enough. Wow, this system has to remain free and open. I'm going to move my life in that direction, ensuring that Bitcoins does not get co-opted by the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and so forth.
Well, the ball kind of dropped on that one, unfortunately. The ball kind of dropped on that one, unfortunately.
Because it is a freedom provider for the rest of humanity. Because you can't create more. It's mathematically impossible. And you know, a lot of you are skeptical. A lot of you don't believe in the Bitcoin system, and that's fine. You can stay on the sidelines. But if you really, really want to become wealthy in the future, I suggest you take $1 frickin' $1. Buy some Bitcoin. It's just $1. Get some Bitcoin.
You know where that frustration is? That frustration is, I'm trying to save you fucking idiots from everything that you complain every damn day about. Just $1. Don't buy a candy bar today. $1. That's it. $1. Save yourself in the future. $1. He was swearing like that because he knew nobody would listen. Had I seen this video back in this day when this video came out, I'd be a fucking Bitcoin whale because I'd have put half a paycheck in that shit and not touched it. But that's why, see, what he's doing here is he's holding himself back from a rant like what I had the other day. That's what he's doing right there because he knows. And he knows who could benefit from it. And he knows why they could benefit from it. And he knows that they're not going to do what they're supposed to do. That's why he's swearing like that.
Points. Put it away. Goes to nothing. Who cares, right? You only spent $1, right? You'll get a million Satoshis for $1, right? And the way I see it, that will be worth $1 million just for inflation once Bitcoin gets to where it's going to be. So it's up to you. You know what? I know you're not going to listen to that advice, most of you.
Told you. Never seen this video before, but I told you. Told you. Told you.
It's up to you. You know what? I know you're not going to listen to that advice.
Quality control, man. Quality control. What I tell you guys about people, most people will not lift one finger to save their own life. I mean that shit.
Most of you, and it's kind of sad because you know what? I was proud of the fact that once at least 5 people have become either millionaires or well off that have emailed me thanking me for recommending Bitcoins. Now, I'm hoping that every single one of you buys $1 worth of Bitcoins, just $1 freaking $1, because you're going to be thanking me for that $1, just $1 of Bitcoins that you purchased. But the odds are most of you, 90% of you, are not going to buy even $1 worth of Bitcoins. For what reason? I have no idea. Anyways, if you take my advice, that's great. If not, that's the way it is. As for the guessing on where Bitcoin is going to go in the next 6 months, I think Bitcoin is in a spiral downtrend. I believe that it's going to go down for quite a bit, bottom out around $26, $20 to $26.
Bottom, oh my God, bottom out at $26. Bottom out at $26.
It's going to go in the next 6 months. I think Bitcoin is in a spiral downtrend. I believe that it's going to go down for quite a bit, bottom out around $26.
Lord have mercy, man. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Bottom out at $26. Bottom out at $26. I think Bitcoin's going to go down and bottom out at $26. Holy shit. Wow. You know what I'm saying? It was at $13 that year, yeah. And people thought they had seen it all. They thought they had seen it all. They thought they had seen it all. And we're 100,000 deep now. Wow.
It does tend to lead. And quite frankly, among our customers, we see MicroStrategy lead, we see people trade Coinbase, Marathon. So those are all sort of levered to the price of Bitcoin. Marathon being a miner, gold miners are levered to the price of gold. It's just natural. So what you see here, though, with MicroStrategy is they can't stop this strategy. Now, first of all, if somebody's going to pay, if somebody's going to pay me 2 times my net asset value, and it's probably more like 65, 70% right now, well, why wouldn't I just keep issuing stock, at 2x and buy the underlying at 1x? It's a money machine until it stops. And obviously that requires, people willing to keep taking on the stock. You can't do that indefinitely because ultimately, maybe they can try to corner the Bitcoin market, and I'm thinking right now of my favorite movie Trading Places where, but with the orange juice, but it's not exactly the same.
Bro, this is insane. Like I don't understand how this kind of stuff can. We truly have a bunch of dead people amongst us. We have a bunch of dead people amongst us. We have dead walking zombie carcass NPCs amongst us. How can you not get excited talking about this kind of stuff? Like, it's just bizarre to me, man. Hey, man, whatever, man. Anybody that don't want to be excited talking about this kind of stuff, I got enough excitement for everybody. Shout out to my man AJ. What's good with you, bro? And people are scared because it's dropping to 90,000 if it goes to 65K. Like, bro, I'll tell you one thing. The majority of the monolith does not have the mental capacity or the mental stability or the mental attrition to be able to handle long-term strenuous brain calorie burning. That's too much for most of these people. Being focused on something over a long duration of time is too much for most of the monolith. It's just too much. They can't handle it. It makes their brains melt. They can't even conceive getting $1 and putting the $1 away. I told somebody at my job about Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? They bought some. It doubled. They spent it. I told them buy it and never touch it. They can't handle it. They can't follow instructions. They can't do anything. All of you guys are truly a diamond amongst a field of shit. So you should feel pretty special. But anything that takes long-term focus, strategic planning, organization, and dedication, very high fail rate for monolithian participants. You know what I'm saying?
But what you're seeing here is, so that's where the strategies come in. So the convertible, if you issue convertible bonds, eventually you do have to get the income and pay that back. So this all, at some point,
Yeah, bro, facts. Shout out to AJ. AJ says, most think they need all these strategies. All you need to do is set it and forget it. 20 a week is 1K a year, and it still has potential, bro. Facts. How many, bro? Like, that's why I said that when I said the other day, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Y'all locked in. But with everybody else, man, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done. Done.
There feels like there's a natural end to this cycle. I don't know when it is though, and if I'm what it is, but if I'm Michael Saylor, I'm in for a penny, I'm in for a pound. I'm just gonna keep doing this because why not?
And he has said very explicitly he's not selling any of it, like ever.
Well, at some point you have to. At some point you got to pay back the convertible bondholders.
Right.
So
The question is how, right? Does somehow the underlying business software company start to throw more cash, or do you figure out a way to monetize the Bitcoin? That to me is the big question with regards to MicroStrategy, right? Because
shout out to J009, bro. We appreciate you. J009 said, I used to think that way. I'm so glad I found this channel, bro. We're trying to get people to see their own way to sovereignty. And you know what I'm saying? And I never would have imagined that people's own self-custody was their biggest phobia until YouTube. You know what I'm saying? While acting like they want self-custody. They act like they want self-custody. It's an act. You know what I'm saying?
he's not selling it. What do you do with it?
I mean, perhaps he holds enough of it so that he can lend it out at a higher rate than he has on the convertible bonds, which is all part of the strategy of cornering the market. I don't know, and he's a little bit inscrutable, so I'm not.
Listen, and another thing, I got so many financial instrument product ideas that I want to share and be able to bring to the market. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all. 2025 is about to be lit. It's about to be lit. This is about to be your life on warp speed when it comes to finance. It's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy.
I don't want to just speculate, motives on television. That's not good for any of us. But I do think that it's certainly, this is the kind of thing that Harvard Business School class of 2040 is going to be writing case studies about. For one way or the other.
Yeah, which is very interesting, man. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Hold on, real quick, guys. Let me just get this because my computer is running a little bit slow. Now, I mean, it's just I remember we went from not hearing about any of this stuff to now we hear about it all the time. And it's just wild. It's a household name. Shout out to Black Free Thinker, bro. I ain't mad at you. Bitcoin prices could reignite in 2025 from DeFi uses. Now, listen, I keep telling everybody, like, I don't know if anybody has paid very close attention, but the DeFi tokens are like meme coin prices right now. And they got some really good DeFi products. Like, I'm really interested in VVS. You know what I'm saying? And usually, you guys know me. I don't do product research, man. I do chart patterns. So I could care less. That's why I do not care about meme coins. Like, meme coins are stupid. I don't care. Their charts aren't stupid. You know what I'm saying? But the DeFi stuff, because I really enjoy finance, some of the DeFi applications are really interesting, man. You can make a lot of money doing liquid staking with VVS, and like nobody buys that token. Nobody buys that token. You could probably get like 1 billion VVS for like $50. And what I think is that because VVS is associated with Chronos, when people start really using these DeFi apps and they see value-added apps like Chronos really blowing up, when they start seeing that and they start taking these deep dives, man, these and all the money that's going into the DeFi, and like Win Loser Rug said, AI, those two sectors, bro, they about to blow. They about to blow up.
And we're going to keep talking about crypto right now, because, of course, it hit a lot of milestones in 2024. Bitcoin surpassed 100,000 on the back of President-elect Trump's election victory. But Bitcoin is having a little bit of a fizzle to end the year. So what could be next for crypto as we move into the new year? Joining us now, Joe McCann, founder, CEO, and CIO at Asymmetric, and sticking with us, Steve Sosnick, chief strategist.
Like, it's just so funny to hear Bitcoin people versus non-Bitcoin VVS. Shout out to Black Free Thinker, VVS. Like diamonds, like VVS diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Nobody who's an actual Bitcoin investor, nobody who's a crypto investor, nobody sees what's going on as like a hiccup in Bitcoin. Like, no one except for the people on the news sees it like that. Like, literally everybody else knows what's up. It's like, oh, that's great. We're just going to keep buying anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares.
At Interactive Brokers. Joe, thanks for being here. You probably just heard the tail end of our conversation about MicroStrategy and its strategy this year, which is also something that's sort of been a hallmark, I guess, and has gotten a lot of attention here.
Shout out to AB Promotions. I'm going to be getting Uniswap, Pancake Swap, VVS Finance, and Tectonic. The reason why I'm getting them, small coin price, small 24-hour volume. You know what that does. You know what that means. Small coin price of less than a penny, low 24-hour volume, high market cap. What does that do?
Here in 2024. So we saw the huge run up in Bitcoin in anticipation of, and then in reaction to, Donald Trump's victory. When he actually takes office, are we going to see any kind of a sell the news, or what? How much do you think Bitcoin will be reactive to policy changes?
Yeah, it's a great question, Julie. So I think first, for 2024, there were three major catalysts. First being the ETF, second being the Fed's easing policy, and then third, of course, the election. So the obvious question is, well, when Trump actually comes into office, what happens to the price of Bitcoin? Are things already priced in? And what we're seeing in the options markets, there's a significant amount of open interest for the end of January strike, as well as pretty elevated vol structures for end of January. What that suggests is that people are anticipating a run-up in price again. And we saw this happen with the ETFs in January of this year. Subsequently, there was a pullback. That should be expected. I think the key thing to understand with crypto or Bitcoin in general is is a very volatile asset class. Now, the volatility is starting to subside because it's becoming more mature. So as we move into 2025, we expect continued institutional adoption, as well as some of the potential wildcards like a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That could actually have a meaningful impact on the price of Bitcoin.
Hi, this is Steve Sosnick here. So my question then becomes, do we see a real use case for Bitcoin in 2025 other than potentially an investment?
This dude is still talking about a use case. Like, this dude is talking about a use case. What? Is there what? Oh, man. Hey, this is what it looks like when your people make you great. I want y'all to see it, understand it, look at it, see it, look at it. This is what it looks like when your people make you great. My people got somebody that knows this shit so well, I hit the bullseye every single time. Other people's people barely know what the hell they're talking about, and they got them all set up on a nice professional platform. And people ask, they don't think that the world is correct. If that's what's going on, this is exactly what the world's supposed to look like. The world's supposed to look like this. There's absolutely nothing out of place. I don't know what else to say.
Investment tool or strategic reserve or something of that matter. The blockchain has been promised to us for years, and Bitcoin, of course, is sort of the initial, flowering of the blockchain. Do you see a use case other than as an investment vehicle or as an asset?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a fair question, Steve, right? Look, Bitcoin is the kind of genesis of blockchain-based technology, and it has pretty much supplanted itself as digital gold. I think that is a very valuable concept for investors because gold's been around for hundreds of years as, you know, an inflation hedge or a hedge against financial stress. At Asymmetric, we actually are a venture capital fund as well, and we invest.
I couldn't start a venture capital fund. Because my people don't make me great. Shout out to my people in here. My people in here make me great, but my people don't make me great. And I think people need to start saying that. Notice it. Look at it. Observe it. Realize that that's what's happening. And say that shit. So if your people won't make you great, now you got to ask the real question, are they really your people? Because people's people make them great, right? So if your people don't make you great, then you not their people, and they clearly not your people, right? We can't have all these things at the same time.
In specifically out of a fund in early stage companies that are building on Bitcoin. So there's actually a proliferation of companies that are utilizing Bitcoin at the settlement layer to build interesting, call them decentralized financial products that currently exist in places like Ethereum and Solana. Now, the big difference is other chains are well ahead of Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin has the largest, market cap, and the value associated with Bitcoin is yet to kind of feed into some of these new DeFi applications. But there's been a tremendous amount of developer activity that's happened in the Bitcoin space. So I think you'll see actually a number of use cases. You mentioned potentially Michael Saylor lending his Bitcoin. Well, there are protocols now that already exist for Bitcoin lending. This is just an example of the type of innovation that is going to continue to come with real use cases on Bitcoin in 2025.
Joe, we've talked to a lot of folks about policy changes that could come, and a lot of that policy change has to do with getting out of the way, it seems like, on the part of regulators. What changes are you expecting for those businesses that you're investing in? Because it seems like you've been already doing it, right? The companies you're investing in are doing that work. How much easier will it be? Will it not be meaningfully different? Or, what are you expecting?
I mean, it is by far the most bullish catalyst for the entire industry. I mean, the way that I've kind of described it to the founders in our portfolio companies today is...
Bro, facts. If y'all agree with Black Freethinker, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Black Freethinker says, now I see why Powernomics was destined to fail. MFs won't even put $1 in Bitcoin. Bro, they won't put $1 in Bitcoin, bro. They will put $1 in a vending machine, won't put $1 in Bitcoin. People are pathetic. They're pathetic. Pathetic to the utmost degree. The only thing that a lot of these people achieve, they overachieve in underachievement. How do you overachieve in underachievement? I don't know, but that's what they do.
Forget everything you've known about the challenges with crypto's regulation or lack thereof. It is an entirely new world. That is a huge set of expectations that we do have for the Trump administration. But if you look at the appointments that he's put in place, these are real builders, folks like David Sachs, and even getting advice from folks like Mark Andreessen, bringing, I would say...
Hey, listen, here's how I feel about it, right? Here's how I feel about it. You just listen to this. They're going to really not like this. You ready? You ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to laugh at some people? Y'all ready to laugh? Y'all ready to laugh at some people be like this?
You cheated! I'm going to tell on you!
These motherfuckers sit up there and cry all day about Trump's Supreme Court justice appointments, don't they? Don't they? Let me ask you guys this question. How many times have you heard these motherfuckers that never stepped in a courtroom bitch and whine and moan and have snot dripping down their face and sweat beading up on the back of their heads, crying about Trump's Supreme Court justices, right? Well, fuck his Supreme Court justices, right? But that motherfucker knows how to pick a squad. So, if he picked the crypto people the way he picked the Supreme Court, nigga, we good. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we good.
It just common sense to enabling founders, innovators, and entrepreneurs to build in the United States. And so from a pure regulatory standpoint, I think there's some basic blocking and tackling that will occur. One being the stablecoin bill will likely get pushed through. Will we see the market structure bill come to a vote and pass? That's kind of TBD. But ultimately, what we're looking for is clarity. And I think some of the folks that he has put into positions at the SEC, some of the financial services committees, et cetera.
Shout out to John. Look, bro, you know when the chain reaction start, I can't stop, man. You know once this shit get going, I can't stop, bro. John said, quote of the day, they overachieve in underachievement. Rob keeps it 100. And speaking of which, shout out to my man, Keep It 100, man. Yo, no, I appreciate that, bro. Make sure y'all show John some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man John for funding the organization. Bro, you got me dying laughing.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Oh man, that's hilarious, bro. Look, you know what time I was on. I still got a little bit of that shit left over from the other day. You know I was on this shit the other day.
Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Mum-Ra, the ever-living. I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken. I've got morons on my team.
Idiots! I'm surrounded by incompetent idiots!
It's like, look, man, like, I feel right here. Man, I feel Cobra Commander, man.
Idiots! I'm surrounded by incompetent idiots!
Oh, man. Oh, man.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Oh man, y'all got me dying laughing, man. Y'all got me dying laughing. Shout out to my man AV Promotions, man. AV Promotions said, Rob, yep, mean 1,000, bro. Yeah, I keep it 1,000. Yeah, we with the fuck shit today. We definitely with the fuck shit today. Shout out to the Reaper.
He going along with the fuck shit.
Don't touch me! I'm about to change on your ass! I'll beat your ass with my elbows! Werewolf style!
Yeah, because when you start talking about Bitcoin, people start acting just like a woman.
Just like a woman. That's because some of you niggas, you be acting just like a woman. I'm the Reaper, keep it 1,000.
Oh, man. Oh, man, my stomach hurts, man. Y'all got me laughing so hard, my stomach hurts.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
I appreciate it, bro. Yo, if y'all ain't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. If y'all haven't shared the stream, take a moment, share the stream.
Are not looking to just allow sort of a cowboy-like environment as it relates to crypto, but bringing common sense regulation so that crypto can actually thrive in the United States.
To that point, Joe, then where's the sort of the happy medium of regulation? Because obviously crypto grew up in an environment, when it was the Wild West and it had its first flourish then.
Do you guys listen? I want you guys to understand, like, they really need to have somebody on here who can just like make the news look stupid. Do you guys know that the SEC has never taken any action against any meme coins? Like what? What? They've never attempted any action against meme coins. Like they've taken action against like legitimate coins, like you know what I'm saying, like XRP and shit. But like Dogecoin and like no, like like it's great that Pepe is doing so well. Like shout out to Pepe. But like, what's the long game with Pepe? Like what's what's the long game? Like I fuck with meme coins, but I don't even know what the long game is. I don't have a long game. I'm just trying to get paid out here. But like honestly, like what is the game with the Pepe and all that shit? What's gonna happen with that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like who's gonna use that shit long term? I mean, I'm not saying that anybody can't, but I don't know what the plan is. What is the plan? I know what my plan is. My plan is to buy the dips. You know what I'm saying? But what is the actual plan? And like the SEC, no questions asked. Like dog with hat, no questions asked. Bonk, no questions asked. We got a revolutionary idea. Turbo, no questions asked. Like XRP has like legitimate business contracts and partnerships lined up with like 700 financial agencies around the world, and they're under investigation every week. No one asks any questions like, what's the purpose of Shiba? Like, what is the purpose of it? Like, it's great that it's doing so well. You know what I'm saying? But then what? SEC doesn't ask one question. Like, this shit is just crazy. You would think that it would be the meme coin. Like no investigations of Pump.Fun and what goes on over there. Like what? The entire Solana meme ecosystem should at the very least get a letter mailed to it. At the least get a damn letter. Nope.
Now, obviously, there's a lot of people, you know, as it becomes more institutionalized, more held by retail, ETFs, et cetera, there is sort of a need for regulation. What, broadly speaking...
Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, plot twist, the meme coins are the legitimate coins. Yeah, I would actually say the meme coins are legit. You know what I'm saying? That the communities that back the meme coins really believe in them. That's really all that matters. You know what I'm saying? That's no different than Bitcoin. Like the Bitcoin community has just become the global community. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that is.
Where do you see that intelligent regulation ending up?
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, it is as simple as, are crypto assets securities or not? I would argue, and I think the entire industry would argue, that they are not. The CFTC has currently argued that they are not. We have had a lack of clarity from the SEC on this, where they're naming certain assets as securities, but not actually confirming that they are securities. So that aspect alone has a huge downstream impact on other areas of regulation. So if, for example, we find out that, say, the CFTC is going to regulate crypto as commodities, that fundamentally changes the landscape for crypto assets, and not only how they can actually be issued, but most importantly, how they can start to look like stocks. Currently, most crypto assets don't pay, quote, dividends, which in crypto we call protocol revenue, because of fear by the founders that it could look like a security. If we get some sort of regulation around that, you may start to see crypto assets look much more like stocks that pay dividends versus what they are today.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Joe. Good stuff. Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, so there's that. All right, so there's that, and I got much more, but your boy is already over schedule. You know what I'm saying? I got some other stuff to do. Now, I probably won't be able to come back on. Later on today, and me and Izzy's supposed to stream in the morning. But from this little group of stuff we got to talk about here, there's still some important stuff that we got to cover. All right, so I will be back at some point. So make sure that you got the bell notifications hit. Make sure that you got my backup channels followed. Make sure that you subscribe over on Rumble. Make sure that you join the Discord. All right. I want to shout out to stream sponsors. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. We've been getting close to getting those goals. We made them a bunch of times. I owe y'all a bunch of call-in shows, and they are going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We almost made it this time. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all show everybody some love. All right. Shout out to Dwayne. Definitely appreciate you, bro. All right. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. All right. Definitely appreciate you. Shout out to Dwayne. Got to hit Dwayne with the again. All right. Shout out to Dwayne. We got to hit Dwayne with the again.
Again!
Shout out to Detroit 313. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to my man, John Guillory. Definitely appreciate you, bro. And shout out to my man, AB Promotions. All right. Definitely appreciate you. All right. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, hey, okay, I'm fresh up out the package. Time I did, I pay my dues. Affiliated to this paper, I need freedom for my family line. Draw my life design up like fine art, I'm jumping up just an unfamiliar coordinate. Topped off the porch like I could touch the sky. Red, it's not one trip, the ism. Talk the water out your faucet. Look at me flossing, I'm so wavy, I could change the tide. My intuition sense the hatred in your ways. You imitated, forging lines, claim meaning means that's just to justify. Yeah, right. West side boy, maritime. Creole baby, my bloodline. My lungs clouded, my thoughts crowded. Say all I see is these dollar signs. Finna make a play and that sound delay. On mamas, I testify. Run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Game recognized game. I'm from the Bay, okay. I'm versatile and my slang was different. I'm lane switching with the same people that I came up in this thing with. My head swivel, I'm homebound. Got a target back on my backside. The cat peeling with the cast iron. Better run for it, run before I catch you. Niggas out ball it, block it. Trying to stop my blessing. Gamble with your life. Don't bet it. They can't stop my blessing. You do best not to test it. Yeah, you right. Real all in my blood supply. Nigga ball up top finna make a play. I cast a lob like I'm Jalen, baby. No co-signer, no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. If I say it twice and I meant it right.
My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. You know, co-sign and no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign.
Run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds.